Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Friday night. Tom couldn't go on without his hat.
Had to get my hat.
And it's always like 30 seconds before the show starts, and he's like, where's my hat?
I forgot I didn't have it. And then I had to go and get it. And, Jenny's telling me a story about Twilight Zone.
Night Gallery. Just shows how well he listens.
Why
do I bother talking? I don't know. He don't listen to a goddamn word I say.
I didn't understand the story.
It really wasn't that complicated.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell it to them. We'll see if they understand it.
Yeah.
So as you guys know, if you watch my Scare Salon videos, I've been doing Night Gallery, like 6 episodes at a time. I've been doing Boris Karloff Thriller too, but, I've kind of been trading back and forth. So I decided, well, it's about time to do another Night Gallery one. So I bought the box set, like a while back. So I have all the episodes, or so I thought. So I got to a point, I'm on season 2, and I'm working on episodes 7 through 12. And I looked in the box, and the disc that supposedly had those episodes on it was not in there. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, because it's a bunch of discs, you know what I mean?
Is this Miskin?
Well, let me finish the story. That's what I'm telling you. Quit trying to... He tries to, guess the end. I don't know why that is. So, I'm, looking through... I looked through there, 3 times. I'm like, maybe the set didn't come with it. Maybe it's, a mistake or whatever. So, I'm like, okay, well, shit. I have to do something. So, I started watching... I found somebody had posted them on Daily Motion or something like that. Not on YouTube, because they would have got pulled. But it's hard to find them. But then, I got to season 2, episode 10, I think it was, and somebody had posted the first story, because it was 2 stories on that episode. Somebody had posted the first story, but not the second one, for whatever reason. So I was like, well, shit, fuck me. What am I going to do now? Because nobody had posted that second story. I couldn't find that shit anywhere. And I said, I'm just going to have to fake it and, just read a plot synopsis of it and just, pretend I watched it or something like that. So then I was like, okay, well, maybe... the discs were in the box set, but they fell out at some point. So I went in our bedroom and dug through all the piles of DVDs and stuff that are in there. And sure enough, 2 of the discs were in there loose.
Okay, yeah.
So they must have fallen out of the box at some point. Yeah. Because I bought the whole box set, and it's one of those things where it's that plastic thing that holds the discs in the middle, and it snapped out of the spine.
Yeah.
And the discs don't really stay in there that good. And so the thing didn't close all the way, so I think what happened was 2 of them slipped out and I didn't notice. But thankfully, I found them, so now I'm just going to be able to watch them like normal instead of trying to find some illegal
I remember once we were watching that and we had it all open and those discs were everywhere. Maybe they didn't get put back in.
I think that might have been what happened, because that occurred to me, because at first I thought, oh, well, they just fucked up and they didn't, they just left that disc out. It was a mistake. But then I thought, well, I'm going to go search through that pile over there, on the shelf, to see if it's in there. And indeed, that's where it was. So I'll have to finish. I didn't have time to finish watching them today, but hopefully over the weekend. Like I said, I was going to put it up on Tuesday, but we'll see how that goes. Because it's going to be long, because it's 6 episodes. But yeah, Karen Lee said a top hat would be cool. You should wear a top hat.
Who?
Karen Lee, I just said.
A top. Who should have top? You?
You should have a top hat.
Okay,
because remember we were talking about hats?
Yeah.
Because you had to go get your hat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like top hats that much.
You probably look good in a top. I don't think I've ever seen you in a top hat.
It had to be crazy.
Didn't you wear... No, I guess not.
I wore one for prom.
Really?
When I was in high school, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I wore a fucking top hat and tails.
Swanky.
That was the shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. No, I thought... Remember a few years back, and I think this was even kind of before we were officially going out or anything, but remember I dressed up for Halloween as one of the Jack the Ripper victims?
Yeah.
I had a cutthroat and I had the Victorian and stuff on and everything. And you kind of went sort of half-assed Jack the Ripper, but I don't remember. I don't think you had a top hat, though. Mm. But you had a Jack the Ripper-y looking outfit.
Yeah, I don't really remember that clearly.
Yeah. And let me see.
Yeah, they mentioned Carl Weathers died.
Yeah.
He was old.
Well, yeah, but still.
He was in pretty good shape. But
it's still sad, though.
Anything could happen. Well, how old was he? He was, what, maybe 76, 77? Around that, probably?
Seems to be a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
That's the age your dad died?
That's about the age they died.
That's the age my stepdad died?
Yep.
Whose funeral I just went to last week.
That's about how long they die.
So, yeah. Holy crap, was that almost a week ago?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, it was last Saturday.
Me and Jen are going out tonight.
Yeah.
Going to Mannequins. Jen's looking great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I got to show this outfit.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. It's Jen's outfit.
These are these pants you just got me.
Yeah. I got her a lot of this. Stand up, Jen. It's too dark. Can't see.
Now the belt's all fucked up.
Yeah.
What's that?
You got a little... Come out here in the light so you see the little boots. Yeah. Turn the side way. There you go. There's Jen.
Yeah, well, there I was before when I was sitting.
Okay. Made her that belt.
Yeah, that's right, you did.
Yeah.
Don't film me from underneath. That's so unflattering.
Yeah. No, it's cute. Just...
He doesn't know any better.
Yeah. Boobs sticking out.
Don't film me from underneath. Ugh, man.
It's so easy.
Why do you do that?
It's so easy.
It's really not.
It is so easy. You
I
just
can't
push it
see,
down.
baby. I can't see.
You just push it in.
That's what I'm telling you.
Just push it in, baby.
Yeah. You like that, don't you? You like that. 75, Gramthars Hammer said. That's what old Carl Weathers was. So, old, but not that old. You know?
That's about life expectancy for that generation.
Unfortunately, yeah. They don't... I don't think they took care of themselves as much as, you know.
Well, Carl probably took pretty good care of himself, but Carl was also a steroid user
Shit happens.
in his youth, you know. And they end up kind of burning a lot of the gas in their tank. And then when they get older, they can't really take any more of them. They've kind of damaged themselves earlier on, and they've kind of just burned up kind of the fuel in their tanks. And... if they were to take some, they probably wouldn't get much of a response anyway. Next going to be like Arnold. About time for Arnold to go. Hate to say it, but...
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Yeah, and he hasn't been looking that good past couple of years, so, you know. But, you know, he lasted a long time.
Yeah.
Not as long as Jack LaLanne.
Yeah,
Jack
that bitch
LaLanne
lived
lived
until
like
he was
97,
Yeah,
96.
he was in his mid to late 90s.
Yeah. He didn't overdo it.
Danny asked if I took the park bench video down for my mini vids. Yeah, I did. I put it up for a while, but I didn't love it. You know
The
what I mean?
lighting was too... It was
The
wrong.
lighting was funny, and
Angles
it's like
weren't
the
that good.
angle wasn't that great. I thought I looked like a hippo, and I was just kind of like, I wasn't into it. Like, I kind of put it up at first because I was like, no, it's fine, and I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't excellent.
Yeah,
We can make a better one.
And I thought about it, and then I was like, I think I'm going to take that down because I can make a better one. We can go back to that same place.
Yeah.
God, there goes the hair again.
Part of the problem was the lighting.
Yeah, it was kind of like...
It washed her out.
And it was late afternoon,
Yeah.
and we got like weird shadows and stuff,
Yeah.
and it was kind of the first time of doing the outdoor stuff. It's a good spot because it's, you know, it's a really nice park, but if you go there at certain times, there's kind of secluded places that are all open, but there's nobody there. You know what I mean? So nobody can see you as far as we know. I mean, I didn't get a ticket or anything, so I guess nobody saw anything.
Florida wouldn't give you any problem about that.
Yeah, I'm sure they wouldn't. Like I said, as long as there's no children like watching or
Yeah.
anything like that. I don't know if the people across the lake could see anything
People
because
don't
there are
rea-
houses over there.
Yeah,
But
people don't realize that. Yeah, all the old school studios, they're in California, but most of the scene for adult content is here in Florida, especially around Miami and Tampa, and there's quite a bit of it here in Orlando. I know some of the people that are doing it here, but the money is not with those studios. It's private video sales, OnlyFans, and streaming. Thing is, though, is that the big name girls will go through those studios first to get a bunch of fans.
yeah,
So when they move into, say, like private production, they have a fan base that can seek them out.
right.
Even if you're just some good-looking chick and you just open up an OnlyFans, nobody's gonna follow it. They don't know who to search for.
Because there's
They
a
don't know you.
lot of
There's a lot of
people doing that. There's a
Yeah.
lot of hot chicks doing that. You
Yeah.
really have to either have like a super specific niche, or something, or you already have to have an existing fan base, because there's just so many.
Yeah.
That's kind of, like I said, I like the way shit is now, that it's like so much easier to produce your own shit.
And you own your own shit.
But the dark side of that is that everybody else is doing it too.
Yep.
So it's like a lot harder to stand out and like make any money from that.
So what it is it's always something that's kind of attached to your other social media endeavors. Like a lot of the girls that are doing, say, movie reaction videos, like Trixie Blue. She's I think she's Swedish or something, or I think she might be Swedish. I don't remember. She just makes cool little movie reaction videos, and if you want to see her fucking spicy materials, she's got a link to it. And that wouldn't be selling if she didn't have other materials where she becomes known of, which is just doing movie reviews. Yeah, it's a good sideline to have, but I would recommend getting known in another way, because otherwise you're just. Like I said, unless you have some super specific niche that is underserved, then it's going to be really, really hard to stand out, because there's a 40 bajillion million like hot chicks and hot dudes doing this stuff. Yeah, and the underserved niches are bizarre.
That's what I mean. You're going to have to go way, way out there.
They're fucking bizarre.
Way out there. Because you have to like think of some shit that nobody thought of, which good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Some of it's either illegal or fucking possibly dangerous.
Sure.
You know, size queen stuff and fucking putting insertions and fucking weird shit.
Or that weird dude that puts on a wetsuit and swims around in people's
septic tanks. Yeah, that would be like, they got, you know, that's just that one dude.
That's that one guy.
But that's the kind of shit that fucking.
That's what I mean.
That would attract attention. There'd be some weird person looking for that.
Yeah.
You know, like some dude who's just fucking weird. He wants to see girls eat vomit. Just fucking, you know.
Well, there's an alarmingly lot of that.
Yeah.
Not my thing, but okay.
The thing is with that, and that goes back to 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Yeah, well, it was before that, but that was just the one that got super popular. No, I'm just going
back to that video, the fame of 2 Girls. The thing is with a lot of that is that you can fake it. And it's constantly fake.
I kind of hope they are.
2 Girls, 1 Cup is faked. All right.
But even if it wasn't, it's still gross, because even if I know that it's fake, it still looks realistic, and it still makes me think of it.
Something comes out of her butt, but that's just like shit, like cake batter and fucking, you know, pudding and stuff that they've made.
Still, but it's like was still in her butt.
Yeah, but they pull things out of each other's butts and put it in their mouth all the time anyway.
That's true.
Dick comes out of the butt and if they put it in the mouth, shit, just
for some reason that doesn't gross me out.
Yeah,
but
it's
I mean,
similar.
it's a little bit gross, but it's not that gross.
Yeah, but that's. They're professionals. They're like acrobats. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So to them, they've already gotten through the mental hurdles of that. You know.
Because if it was me, like anything having to do with like shit or vomit, I'm just like.
Yeah.
Like the whole time, so I'm just like I'm not gonna be able to like.
So what you could do with faking vomit is you could fake it with edits. Somebody vomits something up, then cut.
And then you replace it with something else.
You replace it with another kind of homemade vomit that is.
Don't go too far in this direction, or I am going to start gagging.
That would be made out of food that kind of looked like that.
I mean, vomit is technically made out of food.
Right. Now, another thing is they have some people that
recycled food.
Some people that are trained, you know, enough to where they can swallow something and then bring it right back up on command. So they can swallow a damn pool ball and then bring them up.
Yeah, that's a talent.
And they can bring them up in order and change the order. That's
that dude from like Jim Rose Circus could do that.
Well, theoretically, a person could make something that looked like a fucking vomit material, swallow it, and bring it right back up, and then eat it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't quite be vomit in the way you would.
I mean, technically it would.
Technically it would be, but it wasn't like a turkey dinner that had been in there for a fucking hour.
We're getting into vomit semantics.
What's that?
We're getting into vomit semantics.
Yeah.
We already know that the sidetracks, they're always demonetized,
right,
so I'm just like, no,
so it's not like that. You know?
I'm not even worried about it.
You could fake it. You could fake a lot of that.
I learned that my mom watches these sometimes. I don't know about the sidetracks ones, but she says I don't know if she watches the whole thing, because like some of them are kind of. But she told me when we went and because after we went to my stepdad's funeral last Saturday, we went back to my mom's house with all my siblings, and hung out with her for several hours. And she's like, yeah, I watched the beginning of your videos just because I want to hear your voice. And I was like, my mom's so cute.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Nah, well,
I was
now that she's single, there's not going to be any problems.
Yeah,
really,
I mean...
she's cool. It's just her husband was uptight about a lot of shit.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I hope she's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because she's kind of out there by herself. I'm kind of worried about it, but...
Yeah.
We're not that far. I'm only an hour away from her, so... And she said that after she'd kind of gotten over everything and everything like that, I wanted her to come visit, because she hasn't seen the new house.
Yeah.
She came to our old house for Thanksgiving?
Yeah. I got part of my...
Or something.
I got part of my money today, but not all of it. Got more of it coming. A lot more.
So we got to start thinking about a car.
Yeah, I want to buy a new king-size bed.
We need a new bed, yo.
Yeah, I need a king-size bed.
I know this is maybe like a brag.
Yeah.
We broke our old bed.
I'll break the fuck out of that bed.
It's broke.
All the shit that I injected into myself.
Well, we looked under because because
shit.
Pookie hides under the bed sometimes, like if somebody comes over or something.
All the supports are brand new.
So we looked under there looking for her one time, and all the supports are like
I fucking been
like that, and we're like,
get a better quality bed.
I mean, we got that secondhand, so and we've had it for several years.
I hate that mattress.
It's so uncomfortable. I really never liked that bed.
And the bed's a little too small. I think it's one like a large.
I think it's a queen.
Yeah, it might be a little bit bigger than a queen.
When we lived at the old house, we had. Yeah, when we lived at the old house, we had a king or a California king.
It was a California.
I think it was a California king, which are like super wide.
Yeah.
But it was one of those, like the sleep number, but it was like an off-brand sleep number. So both sides you could inflate them. Yeah, it's like both sides you can inflate them to like different, firmnesses or whatever.
Yeah, and that was good, but it was started to wear out.
But yeah, we also got that secondhand, so it's just like we had it for a long time, but then like it would start to deflate, and you'd have to pump it back up and put the patch on it.
Yeah, my side would deflate, and I'd be down on the fucking.
I'd be waking up, what are you doing down in there, Tom?
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
I fixed it though.
And I think like well when we moved out of that house, we just left it. We just left it.
Well, see what it is.
And then we just took the bed that had been in the guest room in the old house and used that, but it's not super comfortable.
The base of it was made out of particle board that all went in together, and it had to support everything. And it had over the years kind of warped through moisture and shit like that. It just started to look kind of tatty. And fucking I didn't trust the damn the inflatable parts of it anymore. And it had and it was surrounded in a bunch of foam, and the foam was starting to deteriorate from age.
Yeah.
It was old.
It was old.
15,
I mean, when we
old.
Got it, it was 10 years old.
Yeah, it was 10 years old when we got it. And then, boy, that was a fucking nice bed, though.
It was, though. It was huge.
It was real nice. It was huge.
I remember when we first got it.
You just lay in it,
and I was laying, and I was like, bitch, you're way over there.
You fall asleep instantly. Wasn't that good for sex, though?
It really wasn't.
It was like,
well, because we kind of end up in the middle, and that's kind of where the thing, and we were like, man, we're like down in a hole. What the fuck?
And I was always like, I'm going to break this shit. But
we usually ended up fucking on the floor.
Yeah.
We kind of do that now, too. Well, not always. Like, this bed's okay, but we've kind of broken it.
Take out a living room and tear it down.
Yeah, we've done that, too.
Yeah.
In front of the window.
Yeah.
I'm sure the neighbors love
hang
that.
your titties out. Open in the window. Up on the second floor.
The neighbors are kind of far away. They would probably need binoculars to see what was going on. But we have done that, too. Hey, we got a lot of room up here. So, gotta utilize it. Gotta utilize it.
Check this out. There's a lot up the street, and I saw an Audi TT sitting out there. It looked good. And I said, I wonder what they want for that, but I'm not going to stop in there. So I go on Facebook and search in my area for an Audi TT, and that car came up. I ain't saying other people might fucking buy it, but it's a 2020. Excuse me, it's a 2000. It's old.
That's older than my car.
Yeah,
my car is 20 years old.
Yeah, but it's very low miles. Very low.
Yeah.
Very low, and they only want 35 for it. I'm like going.
But how much aftermarket shit are you gonna have to like add to that to make that like a modern car?
I would have to change the stereo and get like I want to probably put like some kind of They have stereos that have a screen that you pull out and then it folds and opens. And it fits in a tape deck size thing. They have one of those. That's a couple $100. I might have to make a wiring harness to get it to adapt. And then on an Audi TT, that fits behind a aluminum door that closes it all, that hides all that. Mm-hmm. It's turbo. It's a fucking 1.8, I think, 1.8 or a 2.0. I don't remember. I think it might have been a 1.8 turbocharged one. and it was automatic, so you could drive it. The thing is that they have back seats, but the back seats are a joke. It's just for insurance purposes, the back seats. You might be able to fit a child back there. I don't know. You could probably fit somebody, but you'd have to be behind the passenger. You'd have to move the passenger seat all the way
I mean, it's not like we give other people rides a great deal, but it would be nice to have that option if we needed that. Also, if we wanted to fuck in the backseat.
There you go. Yeah, no, this is a sports car. The thing is, it does.
You never know when that might happen.
It does have a big trunk, and the seats lay down to make the trunk even better, even bigger. And some people, there's a kit that deletes those rear seats and just leaves it into like a hatchback, so you have like an open space behind you that goes into the trunk. That's one thing that they'll do. But it's a sweet car. They want $3,500 for it. It's only got I think it was 15,000 miles on it. Which
you said 25.
25 is that West? Okay.
I think
that means that car just sat or was just driven on the weekends in this area. They don't want much for it because of a lot of people don't want that here. Getting in and out of that is fucking tough, and
like old people are like, oh, yeah. Oh. I mean, we're old people too, and so I get it. But you know what I mean.
And fat people can't drive them. The fat people can't get in and out of them.
Oh well, that lets out like 90% of the people that live around here.
Old and fat. I saw a video of a fat 20-year-old saying he loved the car because look at how I have to get into it.
Yeah.
He had to sit down on his ass sideways and then fold himself up to get into the door and move his belly over so fat people can't drive it.
I mean, I used to be.
That's a European car. They don't allot for fucking fat people.
Yeah, they're like, no, yeah,
like if you're fat, we don't play that.
We don't play that.
Yeah, this is a race car.
Go out and fucking walk, motherfucker.
Isle of Man TT. Okay. And
I don't know. We'll see.
It's the turbo version, but it's automatic. Which you see, that's good for you. You can drive it. I don't care if it's automatic or not.
Like I said, I can drive a manual, but I haven't for a long time. One and two, I would rather not. My first car was a manual.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
And the parts are all available for that car because it's available. A bunch of other platforms like Volkswagen uses those parts. I think even BMW has some of those parts. I think it's a souped up Volkswagen Rabbit. I think it's Rabbit or Passat, which I think might be a Rabbit.
Gramthars says, I was considering having my wife take a cattle prod to my taint and putting on Reddit. Think there'd be an audience? Oh, there's an audience for anything like that.
There's an audience for just getting kicked in the balls.
Honestly, I would watch that.
There's an audience for getting kicked in the nuts.
I love what do they call that? The ball torture. The ball torture. I love those.
Sending me up the wall. I saw some of the video Jen was watching. She's laughing.
And I was just like cackling the whole time.
No, man.
They have a whole thing. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like they'll just like they have a whole board situation where they stick the dude's balls like up in there, and then like some chick with really severe like high heels
stepping on
will come and step on him, and I'm just like, look at that, holy shit!
And they're not stepping on his scrote; they're stepping on the testicle.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I'm just like, are they gonna pop those?
I gotta go.
And then I'm like, I gotta watch this.
Yeah, Jen's loving that shit. Jen would make a good dominatrix.
I probably would actually, because it's like I have a hard time pretending to be nice to people that I don't like. But if somebody came and paid me to just be like a total cunt to them, I would be really good at that. I'd be really good at that. I'm not a total cunt in real life. I'm actually a really nice person. But aren't I?
Yeah, no. You're friendly to people. But no, you don't have much patience for the average person.
That's true. That's true.
The average person around here, you don't have patience for them.
No. But I don't say anything to their face. I'm not going to... That's what I meant. Even though I'm thinking about, man, I'd like to murder you right now, but I'm not going to like say that out loud or do anything. You know what I mean? I just keep it all to myself because that's not cool. I know that's not cool, but you know what I mean? I would be a good dominatrix, though, I think.
Yeah.
Murder Hornet said, I remember trying to get out of going to school as a kid and put some egg in my mouth and acting like it was like I was vomiting. She didn't fall for it. That just looked like partially chewed egg. Nice try, though. Valiant effort. Ben says poor Pookie might get squashed. What, like in the bed? She hasn't got squashed so far.
Yeah, she'll be all right.
And she sleeps up on the bed. She likes to sleep, well, either on Tom's chest.
Yeah, that's
or
what drives me nuts.
She sleeps between my feet.
Yeah.
And then I feel really bad because, like, I'll wake up and I'll be like, hey, I really like to, like, roll over and sleep on my side, but I can't because she's there. So I have to just
sleep right on my chest and she'll be looking at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I don't pet her, she goes, hey, pet.
Okay.
Yeah, pet me.
Come on, Daddy.
And then she. I'm
Oh,
like, stop! I can't do this.
She's so cute, though. You
okay,
can't say no.
Yeah.
We tried to get Bambi, like, to come up on the bed, but she
won't go.
won't. She's,
Yeah.
like, she seems to be, like, scared of the bed. She'll fart.
Somebody told her no about the bed.
Maybe, and it's like she'll come in the room, she'll come on the floor, like she doesn't mind if like Tom picks her up and carries her around and stuff like that. But Tom will pick her up and bring her in and put her down on the bed.
Try petting her and she's
and she'll be like,
no.
ah! No, and she just like runs and jumps off.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe wherever she was before, somebody was like
throwing stuff at her.
yeah, or like telling her to get off the bed.
Yeah.
I don't care if the cat's are on the bed.
Yeah.
We eat on the bed. We do all kind of stuff on the bed. Cats can sit on the bed. It's fine. They're not dirty. John Smith says, loving the look, by the way. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're going out later. Going to mannequins tonight. We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
It's been better. Actually, when we went last Friday, I don't know if we said, but it does seem like
security is tightened.
Security is tightened a lot. They charge a cover charge now. And a lot of the younger goth crowd have sort of taken over.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for.
Well, it's around midnight the douches come in and the fucking DJ freaks out when they're out there and they don't know how to dance and that there's too many of them there. And he goes, douchebags cannot be on the dance floor.
Get off
this is
the
a goth
fucking
club. If you're a douchebag, get the fuck off the dance floor.
And I love the way that like the douchebags like look at each other like
what?
And we're like,
what?
you.
What?
He's talking about you.
You can't dance.
You are a
dance
douchebag.
floor. It's a little dance floor. You don't know how to dance.
And they just kind of, or either that or they just kind of like go out there and stand there.
Yeah, they stand
talk.
there or they don't know how to dance and they're like, you're not with the theme of tonight. You know what I mean?
Come
on
some other
a new
night.
wave night or come on one of the fucking other
Yeah,
nights.
because they started doing a new wave night on Saturdays.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they're trying to like pull people away from Barbarella.
Yeah.
Which they might, but I mean the two clubs are so far apart that I don't think there's going to be. And Barbarella has such a loyal fan base because I love their Saturdays still. I don't love it as much as when it was downtown because that club is like iconic and it's they don't have it anymore. But I still like that Saturday. I like the crowd. I like the vibe. I like all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But Mannequins has been getting better. Because the thing about it is that I think the problem before was that it took a long time. Like, nobody would show up early because we're nerds. Like, we'll show up there, like, at half an hour after they open or something. And, like, hardly anybody's in there. Because, I like to kind of get started. Like, I like to dance when nobody else is around in my way. You know what I mean? So I think what happened was that because there weren't a lot of people in there, like just these kind of douchey people would wander in from other places, be like, hey, there's nobody in here. And then they would start acting an ass. You know what I mean? And then like other douchebags would come in and go, hey, there's those people acting an ass. We are also going to act an ass. So they would do that. And then, like, people like us would be there and be like, man, everyone's acting the ass. We should leave. You know what I mean? But if you get all the kind of gothy people there early and they all go out on the dance floor, then people come in and they're like, oh, okay, this isn't a place for us.
Yeah.
And then they either go out back and shut the fuck up or they leave.
Yeah.
So I think it's better because you need, like, strength in numbers. You know what I mean? You need them to come in and be like, oh, well, maybe I can't act an ass here because... Yeah. It's not like full of douchebags already acting ass.
There's a lot. There's this thing in mainstream culture where they do not come equipped with club culture, and this isn't just me saying this. There are people that own clubs. I've even heard the shit on YouTube. They're saying how fucked up the clubs are in some of the other big cities, like in California, New York, and that area. That some of those big clubs are fucked up now because the clientele shows up and they don't know how to behave in a club. They don't have a club culture. What they don't go regularly. So what they do is they just get on the dance floor and they all get behind one another and take selfies on the dance floor.
Yeah.
But they don't dance. They're just on this
going, hey, look, I'm at a club, everybody.
Yeah, I'm at a club,
on
everybody.
my social
look at
media.
Me. I'm so popular.
Yeah,
look, I can dance.
Well, that's exactly
and they can't dance.
I'm having fun.
Yeah. Just like put the fucking phone down, get a drink.
I leave my phone in the trunk of my car.
Yeah. Score a drug deal or something. Fucking
get some drugs.
Do
for
what
Christ's
you do
sake.
at a fucking club. All right? Go get laid. Give up some ass. All right, do something.
Have a good time.
Yeah,
that doesn't involve looking at your
You're
phone.
right. Stop. Put the fucking phone away. All right.
I don't even take my phone into the club with me. I really don't.
So
I put it in the trunk of my car.
So they're very touristy. And what really used to irk me and fucking Jen and send us up the fucking wall is when they would come up to me and Jen and ask to take pictures with us.
Oh
We're
my
like,
God.
Fuck no. No.
Like,
no,
bitch,
what?
I'm not Tigger at Disneyland, okay?
Yeah, that's right. All right.
I'm a person.
This is not Disney. I'm not a fucking Disney character.
No one is paying me to be here and get pictures taken with you,
chodes.
chodes.
Off of my coolness on your lame-ass fucking timeline. All right?
That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Yeah. You do not hang out with me. I would never let you hang out with me. Get your fucking... You fucking normie ass back up with that fucking thing.
Exactly.
That's, no. And it's girls. It's not guys, it's girls.
It's almost always girls.
It's always girls.
Now, sometimes it's dudes, but 95% of the time it's girls.
Yeah, a lot of the guys know better.
And then they get mad.
They get mad. Yeah.
When I say no.
Yeah, like no.
Like they're, I'm just like, no thanks. Like I'm not a super bitch about it. But I'm just, well, it depends how they approach.
Yeah.
It depends how they approach.
Yeah.
If they come up and they're nice about it, and I'm just like, nah, I don't really want to do that, and they're just like, fine, and they walk off, okay, cool. But if they keep persisting, because some of them are a little bit drunk and shit like that, then I'm gonna get upset.
And there was one time. This is back at iBar a long time ago. Me and Jen were up at the bar. We were pretty loaded, and me and Jen were this is probably at the time where me and Jen are fucking. We're not a couple at this time, but we were fucking. All right, and we were probably kind of pissed off. Remember that we were up there at the club, and some dude kept wanting to talk to us. And finally, I was just like, "Look, man, we're having a conversation here. We don't really want to talk to you. But this is how you meet people. How do you meet people if you don't talk to people? How are you going to make friends?"
And I said, "Bitch, I know plenty of people.
We know everybody here. I got friends. We have friends.
I don't really need it.
We're fucking busy. Okay,
all right.
We don't need you as a friend. Which is that blew his fucking mind." But
it's just like, did he think we didn't have any friends other than him? And like he was doing us a favor?
Yeah, he was doing us a favor. And fucking...
That's what kind of got me. I'm just like, wow.
He wasn't a dorky guy or anything. He just was not... He looked decent. He was actually even kind of dressed decent. He kind of looked cool. Just, he wasn't a regular.
I don't remember what he... Yeah, I'd never seen him before.
He was from somewhere else.
I mean, iBar...
And he wouldn't take a hint.
You get people that would come in, like, just random-ass people... But 85% of the people in there, you knew who they were.
You knew who they were.
Like, even if you didn't know who their names, you're just like, oh, yeah, that's that motherfucker that comes in here all the time with the thing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because it's a soap opera.
Yeah.
We know everybody he hangs out with.
Even if we didn't know that guy, we knew somebody that knew that guy, that fucked that guy, or something, or was related to that guy or something.
So if you come in without any street cred or any history, you say, hey, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, nice to meet you. Okay, look, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless there's something that really stands out about you, like you're fucking dressed fantastic. That is a fucking goth outfit. Where are you from? Oh, okay, that explains it. It's that kind of shit. You look great, man. And then all of a sudden, because you're in the scene, you're visited, that type of shit from somewhere else.
Yeah, like that's totally fine.
That's totally different.
I'm not mad about that.
Right.
I just get mad about people that come up and like have this. They kind of have this sort of audacity to, well, you should be privileged.
Yeah.
To talk to me.
Right.
And I'm like, who the fuck are you, though? I've never seen you before.
That might sound fucking funny to a person who doesn't really know us or know the scene or to know. We came from a time when people really looked down their fucking noses at you all the time.
Yeah.
All right. And then over time, the goth scene kind of became cool.
Yeah.
Right.
It was not cool.
It was not cool at the very beginning.
No.
So we always kind of were on guard about outsiders.
Well, and I had friends that got beat up for looking like that.
Right. And then what would happen is that you'd have somebody who was just normie as normie could be, that fucking has never been to this club, doesn't know anybody from this club, and they think that they can just step in and have you kind of serve them because in a way they think that they're above you.
That's what I mean.
I'm slumming down in here with these goths.
Yeah, that's the impression that I get. That's why we get offended.
You get real offended. Like, I'm not fucking your servant.
I mean, I don't mean to be I don't mean to be a twat or anything like that, but we've experienced a lot of that before.
Yeah.
Where people think, one, you're either a performing monkey, or you're there.
you're
yeah,
trash.
That too.
They think
And
you're
you're
trash.
just there for your edification. It's like we should be privileged that you're speaking to us. You know what I mean? So I do get that impression. Yeah.
The ones that think that you're trash tend to be like yuppie jock boy kind of.
Oh yeah, big time.
They kind of think that they're of a higher social order
Because they think it's still high school. Evidently.
right? Yeah, and that you're poor,
which
so
it's not.
You're poor, so they could treat you like shit.
Yeah.
They want to fuck your girlfriend though.
Yeah.
Or that kind of shit. And the girls want to fuck some of those dudes, with those goth dudes. But the thing is that
God, I would
that's
never.
slumming. All right. So we're kind of like they're kind of treating us like fucking like we're second or third class citizens.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
it's better than it was.
Yeah, it's not. They know better now. A lot of
But-
them. That took decades.
Yeah.
For that.
But for a long time, it was like that.
Yeah.
That's why we're real. That's why goth girls are real still, especially ones as old as my ass is, are real reluctant about like normie dudes that come and like do, because there's a weird fetish about it.
Yeah.
There's a weird, and they do tend to think of you as like, oh, she's this trashy slut that will do anything because look at her. So
It's 'cause some of the porn stars are goths. So
Right.
Therefore, goth girls are porn stars.
yeah.
You know.
They
And
have
here's
it.
another thing.
They have a perception of goth girls as like freaky. They're all into like weird fetishes and all this other kind of stuff. Some of them are, but some of them aren't. And it's like even if they are, they aren't. They're not going to do the shit with you. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of those porn stars and everything, you would think that they would just be fucking real easy. No, even them would be hard to get.
Yeah.
They're working when they do that.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I mean. That's a job.
And they don't like you basically. They don't need your money.
And they probably have a lot more walls up than normal people would because they're used to getting
they're just getting shit
all
on,
this attention
so,
and getting shit on all the time and being seen as like lesser because of what they do.
Yeah,
So
in a weird
they're probably
way,
like super guarded.
Yeah, in a weird way, a lot of those porn stars would be hard to get. They would be hard to get on a personal level. And then the thing is that you may not want to get that because they got so much other shit going on. One, if they're studio porn stars, they work a lot. They're not really in a position to date. And some of them are escorting because that's where a lot of times where the money's coming from. A lot of money. And, you know, then you ask, so do you want to have a girlfriend who's escorting or making video?
I mean, some dudes don't mind that.
Well, some dudes don't mind that at first. It also depends on the age and the level
I
of
mean,
development.
once the rubber hits the road and you actually see what it's like on a day-to-day basis, you know, you might not like it as much.
Right.
Like I said, it is just a job, and a lot of women can compartmentalize. I wouldn't be able to, but a lot of people can. So, you know. But I can see how a dude wouldn't want to date a girl like that.
Because he would never have the feeling of exclusivity.
Yeah. And then it's like, and this is special, like in some
right,
way,
and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Well, I got to go to work, but what do you got to do today? Oh, well, fucking gangbang. And he's oh, shit.
Yeah.
And he's not doing this.
Like 10 dudes got to.
Now, if he's doing this for a living, that's
then
a
he probably understands.
He's like, oh, yeah.
Well, that's why a lot of porn stars
with you, I'll help out.
end up with other porn stars because they understand
that's really the best situation
the nature of the job, and they're not hung up about it.
They're like carnies.
Yeah.
Basically, they're in the same scene. And the thing is that she's screwing dudes that are in that same scene that he knows they're friends of his. And
he's just like, oh, well, that's okay. That dude's okay.
Yeah,
so,
and those dudes have wives. That kind of shit can happen too, you know.
Right. So it's like, so I can see how it's much easier.
Yeah.
Because everybody understands where everybody's coming from. If you had to like date somebody outside that, yeah, it would be kind of hard to get past that.
The problem is this though: a lot of the porn girls don't want anything to do with the guys that are in porn because a lot of times they see them as on the lower level, especially if they're fucking. Because a lot of them are mopes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're not the main draw, like I said. Unless it's gay porn.
Yeah, and they're kind of low level guys, and those dudes may be on the escorting too for dudes.
Sure. So hey, you gotta make money.
But they put those dudes on a lower level. They don't want anything to do with them. Fucking, and then like the top notch male porn performers are in the gay scene.
You make more money though.
They're gonna make a lot more money.
Not gonna lie. Straight dudes don't make a lot.
No, they're not making
much. Straight porn. Because they're, like I said, they're not the main attraction.
Yeah, the straight dudes that are in that industry, what they're trying to do is they're trying to become producers, to have enough money to fucking have their own company. But that's all kind of going out the back door because social media is destroying all that. You know. It's not like studio shit doesn't. It's not as profitable. Why would a girl want to work for a studio after she's already famous? Because she doesn't own that material. She gets paid once to do that scene,
and then
the money's gone.
Right.
And maybe it's $700, maybe it's $1,200, maybe it was $500, and then she never sees a dime off that. If that was on her site, she would
just keep making royalties. Like every time somebody bought it,
right?
Yeah, then she would still make money from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I like that a lot better, but it's harder to get noticed.
Right.
That's the downside. That's the downside. But it is much easier to like own your own material. Which
what are they saying down here? Are we way behind?
We are.
Yeah. Way behind.
Ben says not being cool was sort of the whole point, wasn't it? As far as the goth scene.
No.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I didn't really think about it as being cool. The only people I wanted to be cool to were other goth people.
Yeah. No, let me word this the right way. No, the goth scene was always cool. Just wasn't cool by the mainstream standards. It had its own definition of what cool was.
We have our whole own.
Right.
We have our own rules. We have our own. It's a whole different thing.
It was a subculture.
Yeah. It's by the very definition of the word. It has its whole different norms. Its whole different everything.
Like mainstream culture, jock culture, R&B, rap culture, all of that is basically considered to be fucking ultimately uncool from a goth point of view. That's like, man, that's the worst.
Yeah, it's super uncool.
Well, that's most of the...
Especially jock culture.
Yeah.
It's super uncool.
And then, like, fucking country would be really uncool.
Oh, yeah, that's also very uncool.
Fucking...
We like old country, though.
Yeah.
I like Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Some of it. Some of it...
Most of us like Johnny Cash.
Because some country can actually fall within the definition of goth.
Yeah.
Like Nick Cave...
He did a whole album of murder ballads
and fucking country, but
and he does gospel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like I said, people recognize because it's all like it's a bummer, right? They talk about like just like shitty, like philosophical kind of shit. We love that kind of stuff.
Right.
So they're not as. The thing about goths is, and I don't know about young ones nowadays because I don't know that many that are that young, but back in the day,
the younger ones are like they're more retro.
Yeah, they like a lot, a much wider variety of music than people would think.
They're listening to old death rock, too.
Well, like I said, I like all the goth music and industrial music and stuff like that, but I like a lot of different kind of music. I like rockabilly, I like some classical, I like all kind of different shit.
It just has to have a certain fucking vibe, too.
Yeah, if it has a certain vibe, I'm all into it. I even like some kind of mainstreaming kind of music.
Yeah.
But...
I like certain fucking Gavin Friday songs, just that's mainstream gay stuff. I still like.
And I like a lot of classic rock and stuff like that. I like a lot of that too.
Other Gavin Friday shit is just not notable. Pet Shop Boys, that was some more gay stuff. I thought it was good. Fucking Erasure, some of that was really good. And that was like
gay club music.
That was like gay club music. Yeah. But they were good, man. Fucking gays have a fucking understand. Good gays, I'm gonna say that because they got bad gays. Good gays are the fucking kings of club culture. They understand.
Oh yeah.
Well,
why do you think so many goth nights are at gay clubs?
Yeah.
There's a huge crossover.
Yeah, huge crossover.
There's a huge crossover. But yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Murder Hornet said, "Not gonna lie, in high school days and a few years after, goths were weird. I feel like goths were weird until." When did it super go mainstream? Was it Tim Burton that did it?
No.
Or was it Nine Inch Nails that did it?
Nah, Marilyn Manson probably thrust it into the mainstream, and he was not really a good example.
Nah.
Friends of ours know him. I've run into him.
Well, he grew up around here.
I ran
Mr. Brian Warner.
Yeah, I ran into
That's
him
his
in
real name.
French Quarter in New Orleans. Him and fucking Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trent was fucking weird too. This fucking Ferrari.
He's a little weird.
Yeah.
I like Nine Inch Nails. I don't love Nine Inch Nails. I saw Nine Inch Nails before they got big. They opened for Peter Murphy, actually. Yeah, I saw him in St. Pete in what the fuck was it? Mahaffey Theater, whatever that was.
Trent was kind of
1990.
Trent was kind of a mainstream type dude.
Yeah.
He kind of got into the industrial scene and mixed rock with it to bring it to the mainstream. But I have to say, Nine Inch Nails, the quality was very good.
I like a lot of that
very
shit.
Good.
Their first album is fucking great.
Yeah.
I bought that. Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't buy it. Someone taped it for me
because I was called Petty Hate Machine. I think is what it was
Pretty
called.
Hate Machine. Pretty Hate Machine.
That's right.
Someone taped it for me because I was broke.
I never owned
My
it.
friend Dave actually recorded it for me. He bought it.
But the quality was good. But in those days when that came out, I saw it as a knockoff. It was a knockoff. It was a mainstream knockoff. The real thing at that time would have been Skinny Puppy.
Yeah,
that's real industrial.
I liked them, but I kind of thought, they just kind of sound like a mainstream version of Skinny Puppy. Yeah. That's kind of what I thought at the time.
The real thing was Skinny Puppy.
But they were still good.
Used to see them in Detroit when I used to go to fucking the Shelter and fucking St. Andrews Hall. They'd play there. And they played at City Club. And they were just across the street in Canada. Or just across the bridge in Canada. I think they were from Montreal, I think is where they were from. Don't hold me to that, but I think they were from Montreal. And they would hang out in some of the same clubs that I would go to. That was in my very early days of fucking goth in the late 80s when I was living in Detroit. And it was a wild time. That was like when the goth scene was something out of The Crow. And The Crow was supposed to be taking place in fucking Detroit. And it was kind of like that. It was just a weird time. I could do a whole fucking show on me living in the damn cattle slaughterhouse. It was like something out of Batman. I used to drive my car into the cattle lift and bring it up into my apartment and pull it off into the fucking slaughter bay. And then the room layout didn't
cool,
make any damn sense. Yeah, it was only $350 a month.
I mean,
like
shit, man.
Batman. It was like
I would live in that right now.
Yeah, and I had a Mercury.
Look how much money I'd save.
Had a 1972 Lincoln Mercury Montego that was totally rusted out, and I spray painted all over it like rat skulls and shit. I had a couple of Mazingas fucking strapped to the fucking front hood, fucking Shogun Warriors and shit.
I love it.
Yeah, it was fucking.
I don't think you ever told me that before. I'm like, oh my god, that's rad.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wearing fucking old fucking blue, this dark blue fucking Air Force trench coat, wool trench coat that they had, and fucking. Engineer boots with fucking rings on the side, like those. Everyone wore that, and fucking pants, and black pants, and black sweaters and shit. You couldn't find real cool goth clothes.
Yeah, it was hard back then.
Yeah,
either to make your own shit, or you had to buy shit at the thrift shops and alter it if you knew how to do that.
And I was poor, working on my own at Spring Engineering, making car door parts for fucking Ford. We were working at a Ford subsidiary place. I was making about $8 an hour. But I was only part-time. And
well, then $350 a month was good then, because
back then, yeah. But I didn't have a roommate. I didn't really have a full-time girlfriend. And I said,
you just had a part-time girlfriend?
No, I had goth girls that were trying to fucking.
You had several part-time girlfriends.
Yeah. Well, I had these goth girls that were trying to fucking just leech off of me, and try to live in the room. Then you can let them stay for a little while. And no, you guys aren't helping me pay anything. You
Come on, you bum.
Yeah, I'd meet them at fucking City Club.
Yeah. Tom was telling me that last night because I was kind of teasing him about STDs, and he's like, after all of those women, which we discussed, which we discussed on the other show, that it's in the triple digits. It's got
they weren't women; they were girls too.
Well, and girls too, but well, you were young too. Don't anybody get the wrong idea. But you know what I mean. Everyone was
teenagers
of the same age, sure. But you were like, I never got an STD though.
No, I never got any. I had good practices.
See, he had good sanitary practices.
Good sanitation practices. That was during the time of AIDS.
Served you well. Well, yeah, so everybody was like freaking out about it back then. Probably like maybe people were more
wear condoms and fucking wash my shit right after any of that. I didn't let any damn bodily fluids stay on me.
I mean, I did that too. So. But like I said, I didn't fuck nearly as many people.
I kind of made sure that girls were shaved so they weren't hiding anything. No fucking sores or anything. That was a good thing. Is goth chicks, even back in the days, were shaved.
Yeah.
So it was you could assess the state of health.
Because we just I think a lot of goth chicks were just kind of like fucking hair, man.
Yeah, well, just hair was
just shave
bad.
it all.
Hair was nasty.
Shave off your eyebrows. Shave off your fucking everything. Well, it's easier to maintain.
Yeah.
If you just shave the shit all off. I got most of my head shaved.
80s, 90s and shit, goth girls were the best, man. They were real cool.
What about me?
Fun, yeah.
I mean, I grew up at that time too. So
the problem was this. I was young. I wasn't making enough money. When you're in your late teens and early 20s, You cannot compete with guys who are in their 30s. They're making a lot of fucking money, so you can't keep any women. They take them from you. Doesn't matter what a player you are.
They just come and go.
You have a better chance of actually hooking up with an older chick that the other guys don't want because she's too old, I guess. In her 30s. I should have gone that way. They probably would have helped me.
Yeah, you probably should have.
The other ones are just parasiting on.
But I guess it didn't occur.
But they're not interested in you.
Yeah.
30-year-old goth chick, she's not interested in you back in the 80s. But they might be a little bit more interested today. But
isn't it funny like that you're talking about 30-year-old goth chicks like they were old?
They were old, yeah.
And I'm like 21 years older than that now.
Yeah. Well, they seemed old when you were 19.
Yeah, when you're young.
Yeah.
It seems like 30 is like super old.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Those are kids now.
Yeah, that could be my kid.
Yeah.
Nowadays. Kaylin Higgins says, I've seen interviews with a couple of people in the adult industry. Some of them are really smart and nice people, but above all, they're very honest. I kind of feel like you sort of have to be.
You have to at least be honest with yourself.
If you do that for a living.
Yeah.
It kind of, even just like the little forays we've made into it was just kind of like, I don't know, it does do a lot about like with your mindset, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it changed a lot of my attitudes and stuff like that. I don't know how to explain it exactly.
Well, I had a background in theater, so I understand about what a performance is like. It's a performance in a certain way. As soon as you know you're making something and you're going to sell it, there's an amount of performance to it, which kind of gives it kind of a sense of unreality.
Yeah.
You're doing it, but not really.
Yeah. I mean, you are, but it's not. Yeah.
Right. The problem with the adult industry and making all this is that you have very young women getting involved in this with probably unrealistic expectations and about how it's going to go. They don't know how to disassociate themselves. They don't have any, like, say, drama background or theater background, so they're kind of reality and fantasy might be merging into the same thing. There might be a lot of conflicts because they may not really want to be doing this. It's just that they have to do it because for economic reasons. So they're being affected by what they're doing, probably maybe negatively, because it's taking an emotional toll on them.
Yeah.
Which that's not good. They then sometimes aren't real aware of how it could, especially if they get involved with studio type porn, they don't realize how that's going to affect them in terms of their love lives later on. It's going to limit you to certain kinds of guys. Now, if you're a mature person who's a little bit older who understands all these ramifications and shit, and you're still willing to do it, then you can process this a lot better. Young people, just in general, cannot process reality very well. They can't really process ramifications. If you're a young girl getting involved in this shit, you're not going to be dating young guys. Because young guys aren't looking for that. You might be able to date an older guy, but he's going to be a veteran. Or he might be somebody from the industry. That's all I can say about it, really, I guess. That's probably a good way to put it. There's ramifications to all this shit. Now, once you pass 30, the penalties for doing this kind of stuff for your woman, the social penalties, are actually far less. The older you get, the less penalty there is.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot less to lose.
And also, the older you get, like, the less shit that you give.
Yeah, the less mental stress that
so it's win-win.
Yeah, because you know who you are.
Yeah.
You know that you're creating a product, and that that this isn't a big deal. This is all shit you've done before. Anyway, it's not going to affect you personally. Because maybe you were already married. Maybe you've already had kids. You know what I mean? You've passed all that state of life. I wouldn't recommend this for. I wouldn't recommend that line of work for a woman under 30. Really, the 20s is the time you're supposed to be kind of like being normal and fucking
We'll do what we needed to do, like getting college, starting your career, like getting married if you want to do that, having kids if you want to do that, like that kind of stuff.
Right. Just that your value to that industry is fucking late teens and in your 20s, and that's the prime time to fuck you up. You're not really smart enough for that, and you haven't fucking done shit in life yet. And having a background like that could prevent it. You're not going to meet the man of your dreams. You're not going to fucking have the fucking kid and the family house and the fucking white picket fence and the dog. Because you're just that kind of guy who can help you do that. He's not there. He's going to be interested in somebody else who's not doing that.
Yeah. Let's see. Ben says it's not gay if you do it for money.
It's not gay if you do it for money, Ben? Damn, I didn't know that.
I mean, it's
Shit,
not
that opens up
really.
doors. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's not really what you're into, you're just doing it for cash.
It's
then...
gay, though. It's gay.
I don't know. I'm not worried
It's
about
gay.
it.
If you did it for money, you're still gay.
I'm not worried about
You just have to be the kind of man that can absorb it and say, yeah, that shit was gay. I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's just kind of like, don't
like
worry
that.
about it.
Dudes,
Don't put yourself in a box, man.
They got dudes in the intelligence community that do that. Not gay, but will fuck a dude to get information. Evidently, they said in the James Bond books he was like that. He was a sex operative, too. He was getting information by any means necessary. Well, some dudes just want money by any means necessary.
Which
I couldn't do it, though, I don't think. Although we did that fucking one mental experiment. What if it's the Saudi fucking prince who's offering me fucking $300,000 for a fucking weekend?
Like, you better fucking
and me and these other dudes are fucking... Jenny be like, you better pack your bags.
And tape it.
See, what I would do is I would fucking... I would fucking...
Like I said, you'd make me go.
Yeah, I wouldn't
that
make
was
you
the
go.
offer.
I would just expect, go, Jen's gonna go.
That's
fucking,
yeah.
I'd be packing the bag. Fucking, but that's a lot of money. 300,000.
That's what I mean.
It's a lot of fucking.
If I have to go through that shit, so do you.
100,000 is a lot. What I would do is I would play mind games, okay, to try to take the upper hand position in it, and I would fucking become the ultimate leather daddy and go down there to be a fucking. I'm gonna take some ass off these fucking dudes. Yeah, it'd be like that.
Yeah.
I try to fucking be in the top position. That's how. And then I would just go and fucking dance and put on a fucking best show I could, probably.
You'd be good at it, I think.
Yeah, probably would be.
Yeah.
But it'd be money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for that much money.
That's a fucking lot of money.
I'd put up with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, you could. That's enough to start a fucking business there.
Murder Hornet said, I can't see Tom in the 101st being a goth.
Oh no, they were fucking goths in the 101st time. My squad leader was a goth.
Yeah.
Sergeant Smith. We were
We're everywhere.
We were in the fucking desert patrol in fucking Sinai, the Sinai Peninsula, riding around in our fucking little UN vehicle, fucking doing operations with the AWACS planes watching us, going through our patrol route. We were playing the Disintegration album in the fucking out in the Egyptian desert, fucking blazing fucking sun, hot, dry. Beautiful though, man. Fucking, I love the desert. I could live in the Middle East fucking easy. I like that place. But no, we were fucking jamming, man. Listen to goth music.
I think we had a super chat.
Okay. Oh, we had a super chat.
I was way behind.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you very much, Jeffy Art sent us a super chat.
What's up, Jeffy?
Waiting for my pizzas at the restaurant and had you guys on speaker.
Oh, cool.
The little old Italian ladies were blushing to Tom's insight to porn. Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't advise playing our show out loud in a family establishment.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you never know what I'm going to say.
I mean, yeah, I'd never know what I'm going to say either. Especially, although I need another drink, man.
Okay.
That was only my first one.
What time is it?
I mean, it's only 8:30. We still got like an hour.
Okay.
Before we got to go anywhere.
Okay.
And let me see. Hold on. Victor says it's hard to get an STD from pegging. Just a pro tip. Just a pro tip. Murder Hornet said, why do girls say they got to piss before sex? Do they? Before sex? Do they? They usually tell you. Now, I remember, like, in health class, they told you to pee afterward. To kind of clean shit out and, like, you know, clean yourself up and everything. But the only time I have to pee before that is if I just woke up and, you know, I got to pee from, like, the night before. Like, and then, like, Tom starts, like, molesting and he's, like, pushing on my abdomen and I'm just kind of like, you're pushing on my bladder. I really got to pee right now. That's the only time. But I don't know why beforehand. Maybe, well, it might be because they just say, oh, got to pee because they got to go, like, clean themselves up. Make sure they're fresh, I guess. I mean, that's what I would think. Because then you just, like, make sure you don't, like, smell weird or something. I don't know. That's just my theory. Does sex make a woman go to the bathroom? Pressure something on the bladder? No. No, well, like, I've never really had that in particular, but like I said, sometimes I kind of had to pee beforehand, and then, like, after I was like, okay, now I really gotta pee. You know what I mean? But usually, if it's, because Tom is just kind of like, he'll wake up, and he'll be like, start molesting, and I'm just kind of like, dude, I haven't even gone to the bathroom yet. It's like, I really, really have to pee right now. And he's, like, pushing on it. So, yeah, like, there's that. But I don't think that's a general thing. I don't know. Let me see. Hair, no hair, it's all the same in the middle, yeah. I don't know. I just kind of prefer not. I kept it for a long time. And then finally I was like, you know what? It's such a pain to, like, trim it and, like, maintain it and shit. It was the same reason I shaved my eyebrows off in the end. Because I was just like, I just got sick of tweezing them, like, into a shape. I was like, fuck this. I'm just going to shave them off and I'll just draw them back on wherever I want them. You know what I'm saying? It's just much easier. Much easier. The only thing that kind of sucks is that I can't really go around without makeup on unless I want people looking at me like, does that girl not have any eyebrows? You know what I mean? I'm kind of used to it, and Tom's kind of used to it, and I don't think I look that weird, like, without makeup on with no eyebrows, but I always kind of have a thing where I'm just like, I'm in the store, I'm like, is everybody looking at me because I don't have any eyebrows? Like, they're trying to figure out, like, what's wrong with my face. Because I don't have any eyebrows. Like, I look like an alien or something. But I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's fine. A lot of times, too, like, what I'll do is I'll put glasses on. Because I was like, then people won't notice, you know, that I don't have eyebrows if I have glasses on. Because it'll kind of cover up that area. But, yeah. I did go to Dollar General once without any makeup on. Because I just couldn't be bothered. But I don't usually leave the house without makeup on. Let me see. High Desert said that he think there were more goths in the army than in the Marines. Do goth athletes exist? I mean, I kind of feel like goth everything exists. It's that you just don't see much of it, and especially if it's something where people have to wear a particular thing, so you wouldn't really notice it, you know what I mean? Unless they had, like, a crazy hairstyle or something like that, or, like, weird piercings or something, you wouldn't really notice. And even then, it's kind of hard to tell nowadays because a lot of people have that aren't, you know, it's not like it used to be where, you know, a lot of people have tattoos and a lot of people have piercings and a lot of people have weird haircuts and stuff like that. So it's just not like, you can't really tell like you used to be able to. Especially if you don't see the full ensemble, you know.
Say, Murder Hornet, you send my shit out yet? Need my shipment. My drug shipment.
Tom needs drugs.
I need my drugs, bro. That's my fucking...
Tom needs drugs.
Murder Hornet, he's my fucking Viagra connection. Give me some of that Mexican Viagra.
Tom needs the Viagra.
Yeah.
You don't really need the Viagra, but...
I love that shit.
He loves the Viagra.
I love Viagra.
He takes that shit. How often do you take that? I don't even know.
Once every couple of days.
Yeah?
It depends on how much of it I have.
He's just always taking that Viagra.
Yeah. It fucking works good with steroids, too. Because it just gets into all your system real well. It's good for fucking pre-workout and stuff. It's just fucking good, man.
He's just always looking for...
I take all kinds of weird shit.
He's always looking for shit.
Yeah.
Aren't you, Tom?
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, I like anything. If I know what it is, and then I trust it, I go, yeah, okay, I know what that is. I know how it works. I'll do research on it.
Man, we didn't
I'm not just doing shit willy-nilly. Everything's to a plan.
I was going to say, we didn't get anything today. You slept too late.
No. You didn't get laid, no.
Nah, you slept too late.
No. I might throw it down. We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
I'll fucking fuck you at the club.
All right.
Then what are you going to do?
Enjoy it.
Fucking, we got places we can go in the club.
Well, actually, last week...
We own that place. We went to the bathroom. We went
in the... Well, we didn't...
the employee's bathroom.
We didn't fuck in the bathroom.
No.
But we did go in the bathroom together.
Yeah.
Because I had, like, an outfit that needed a second pair of hands. Let's say that. So, we both went in there and...
We're considered kind of staff. Because we do all their...
So they don't care if we use the employee bathroom?
Yeah. Because we do all their
And they don't care if we both go in there together?
We do all their online promotion, and the owner, Big Tom, was a good buddy of mine. He's a buddy of ours for fucking 20 years, 15 fucking years now. So, I'm also kind of like... security too. I could bounce a motherfucker from there
if necessary.
Yeah, if necessary. I can do anything there.
But yeah, I mean, we did go in there together last time, but I mean, Tom just peed and then I just peed because I was just kind of like, look, I have to go to the bathroom and
we were in a hurry,
and I can't fix this. Yeah. So he's like, well, I kind of have to pee too. Let's just go in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So we just did that.
Carrie's asking us to go.
She didn't come. She hasn't. I haven't seen her in a while.
Oh, I know. Fucking Gramthars Hammer's still in there. Carrie is Jennifer Jeffrey's little sister from Trent.
Yeah, so Gramthars would know her.
Yeah, Gramthars probably knows. He knows who Jenny.
She
Jeffrey
DJs
is.
down here sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. Carrie's here. Carrie's a goth chick. I'll show you Carrie. Is Gramthars still in there?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while. Good. But yeah, she was asking us to come out because they were coming. Her and Jack were coming.
Yeah.
I guess Jack is coming. But I haven't seen her in a while. She's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
She looks great.
Yeah.
Like last time I saw her at Memento Mori, not the last one, but I think before that. So a couple months ago. And she looked fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that's Carrie.
She looked fantastic.
Yeah.
She is so skinny. Mm. Danny says, club sex could be your new video on 13 cams on many vids. Yeah, we've thought about it. It's just like I never take my phone in the club because I just don't think about it. I usually just leave it in the trunk because I don't ever look at it. I'm too busy like dancing and drinking and whatnot. But
that's Carrie.
Yeah.
The new skinny Carrie.
Yeah, like I said, I saw her at Memento a couple months ago and she looked fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's lost at least 100 pounds. At least. If not more.
First time I saw Carrie was probably about 7 or 8.
Yeah.
In the front seat of fucking Jenny Jeffrey's car, fucking bouncing up and down. Going, hey, how are you doing? I said, how you doing? How's you doing, cutie pie? I was in high school at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like a little kid.
She was like a little kid when I first
But she lives down here now. Yeah. And she comes out all the time. Like I said, she DJs at she used to DJ at Mannequin.
Yeah, she's DJ.
Spooky Puffs, I think is her DJ name.
That's a good fucking outfit.
Yeah, she's cool. I like her.
Yeah. Her sister had the hots for me so much. Fucking.
Was she the one that had the shrine?
She had a shrine built to me in high school.
I love that story. And you never really went out with her, did you?
No, she was a friend of mine though.
Yeah, you were friends with her, but you didn't like go.
I liked her.
Yeah,
but I didn't want to go out with
her. Because didn't she try to like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that story.
Yeah.
Because I make him tell me all the juicy details of all the shit that happened. Because he's got lots of good stories. I don't have that many good stories, but you have a lot of good ones.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pull up an old picture of This is Jen now. That's Jenny now. That's how she looks now. She's my age. All right. I'll show you the way Jen looked in high school. She's got high school pictures up here.
Danny says, try to what? Oh, you know.
Yeah. That was her in high school.
Jump on that D.
Yeah,
that's what she tried.
Yeah, she was cute. He
told me the whole story.
She was cute. I was just kind of scared of her.
She was a little aggressive. Not like super aggressive, but you know. She was basically like, "Hey, let's do this."
She'd fly you around, yeah.
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 You know.
There she is. That's her, the blonde. Yeah.
So 80s.
That's 80s as shit.
I know.
That's how she looked back.
I love
then.
the Clockwork Orange shirt there though.
Yeah, and then the other one, fucking, she was cute too. The fucking, they're still like best friends.
That's awesome though.
Yeah, they're still like best friends. Yeah, they went to prom together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, although they married dudes, but you know they're not lesbians, but they were just like best friends. They were fucking totally inseparable.
Well, that's the thing. I kind of feel like a lot of high school girls are like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have women have closer friendships. Girls have closer friendships than dudes do. No. And I think it's really weird the way like people would be like, oh, those two girls, they hang out all together, they're lesbians. I'm like, nah, not usually. They're just hanging out together. They're best friends. You know what I mean? And it's not as weird. I feel like it's not as weird.
Yeah, that other chick's name was Julie Jones. Julie Jones. That was it. I actually wanted to go out with her, but fucking Steve is like, my friend said, no, don't do it, man. Jenny will go fucking crazy. It'll break them up. And I was like, yeah, probably right.
Oh, because the other one was the best friend was so into you.
Yeah.
So, well, I think that was really nice. I actually wanted to go
out with Julie, though.
In high school, that you had the presence of mind.
I didn't.
Well, no, Steve
did. He says, you better not.
But he's like, yeah, because those two are best friends. If you go, because she's in love with you, you want to go with the other one, and that because that absolutely would have happened.
So I was like, yeah, you're right.
They would have become like mortal enemies.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened between girls in high school, man. You would like some dude. You didn't tread there. If your best friend was after a dude, even if you wanted that dude too, you didn't go there. You didn't go there. Because the friendship with the girl was more valuable.
I would have went after Julie in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah.
She was little and cute and didn't say anything. She was just like real fucking, she would just laugh or go, hmm. But she was smart, real smart. But she was so shy, she didn't say anything. So she was like real mysterious. You know what I'm talking about? Just like, I want to get down to the bottom of this.
I want to get down to the bottom.
Yeah, I want to get down to the bottom of this. What's this all about? She was just real cute and quiet and fucking like a little ghost, you know. Yeah, and would just giggle.
See, there's the thing.
Vanish.
If you're cute and you have like that mystique, where you're not kind of like out.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when people meet you, you might actually be an asshole or.
I later on told her that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you know, fucking, I would have gone out with you in a heartbeat, but I was so scared. I didn't want to break you guys up. And she was like, really? And I was like, I had no idea. And I was like, yeah.
Isn't it weird? Like, I found out years later that, like, certain dudes had, like, had a crush on me in school. And it's like, I didn't even know. That just goes to show how low-key they were.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I didn't notice.
Yeah. Julie thought that I was
Why didn't you say something?
Julie kind of thought that I was out of her league because I was messing around with Mary Lynn and the other girls and shit like that. But no, we used to see her at Denny's all the time. That was when all the goths are hanging out at Denny's. We were all in high school together.
The goths kind of all hung out at Denny's. Yeah. Well, because that was one of the only places in shitty small towns that were open all night. Yeah. So it's like a lot of times after you went to a show or after you went to a club, everybody would go there. Yeah. Like to get omelets or whatever.
Denny's was our version of Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's where you went and got coffee.
Yeah, you went there and got like pancakes or whatever the fuck.
Well, you couldn't afford all that all the time though. You just get some
every
coffee.
Now and then if you got like some.
Sometimes you'd have to go up to the counter.
I remember going to Denny's after going to shows at Visage or something like that, like in Orlando. Yeah. Like sometimes we'd go to punk shows, and so like we'd be in there, and some of us would have like head injuries because of being in the mosh pit and stuff. So you'd have like blood trickling down your head, and be like, can I get some pancakes? Yeah. You know what I mean? The waitresses were just like so fucking blasé about it because it's like it happened all the time. So they're just like, "You guys all right? Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, thank you."
Yeah, you see Murder Hornets talking about, I get good deals because we're fucking Army bros. Yeah, we're VA Army bros. I know the deal. I'm gonna fucking break you off here soon, bro. Don't worry.
Tom's got some money coming.
I'm gonna break
Although,
you off.
like I said,
I'm gonna break you off some.
We need to get some stuff. We need a new car. We need a new bed because we broke it.
Yeah.
Because we broke it.
Yeah.
So we need another one.
We might want to get that sex doll, make videos with some more fucking. We have been torso thing, so you could do some solo shit.
I like that, but it's just like I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I mean, it is a lot cheaper.
I'll get you a Fuda one. Get you a fucking tranny sex doll.
Maybe we should. Yeah, well, what would probably be? You know what would probably be the most cost efficient option?
Yeah.
Because look, those realistic sex dolls are not cheap.
No.
I mean, they're very expensive.
You're pushing $1,000 for a good one.
Yeah, they're like $900. So it's just kind of like, if we want to get one to make videos with, it would probably be good if we could have one that had options.
What you could do is
all I'm saying.
You could get one of the female ones and fucking
do they have like aftermarket kits that you could put like a dick on it if you want it?
Yeah, there's shit like that, or you can put strap
or you could put different heads on it.
Strap on different heads.
Well, that would work also. Right.
And then you can also get different bodies. They have basically a Fuda body, like some out of anime.
Yeah.
But that which is dick girl. All right.
Yeah.
But the fucking thing is about those things are huge. Because Fuda animation is outside fucking human realms of fucking normal for fucking.
I love Fuda animation.
Fucking that shit's like fucking. It'd be like having a fire extinguisher.
Those are so awesome.
Yeah.
I love those, but yeah, they're not super realistic. No. Most of them are not, but I like those.
I want to get the elf head.
I like the monster ones too. Like I like the werewolves and shit like that. I like them.
Yeah.
All the animation. I didn't think I would really like animated porn, but actually I like it better than actual people porn.
It's because more things are possible, and it's and it's vegan. No one.
And you know,
harmed.
and you know that person, like, it's not a person, so it's like you don't have to worry about, is that person really into this, or you know what I mean? So so I can enjoy it with a clearer conscience.
The proportions of all the people are far outside human norms. It's like superheroes and shit.
Yeah, so you can do a lot more with it, which it's creative. I like that.
Yeah, and everything's idealized. People can't be that good looking, not in real life.
Yeah. Like I said, we used to watch like the long, like when we were doing streams and stuff.
Yeah, we'd have like 6 hours.
We would like have like a 6-hour compilation of like monster animated porn.
Yeah,
like elves getting fucked by werewolves and shit that.
It was all shit from World of Warcraft.
Yeah, they're super fun.
Yeah, and fucking I'd be on Viagra and we'd be on all kinds of shit, fucking doing video. Wait for customers to come in.
Yeah. Then we were like, man, nobody's coming in here.
Shit got boring after a while.
It does get boring, like, when people don't come in there. That's why we haven't done it.
We have regulars asking us where are we.
Yeah, I get emails sometimes from like people being like, hey, where have you been?
We'll jump back in. We'll do some.
I mean, yeah. I like making videos more because then you can just make what you want.
You have more control with video.
Oracle said, a girl's first best friendship is a kind of first love. Yeah, it is. It is.
I was thinking about going out with Julie. I was like, Steve, man, fucking, I can go over and get that. Because she was giving me all the signals. You know. And she was big into ministry. She was goth girl, you know, ministry.
Yeah.
She loaned me a ministry tape.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
She loaned me, and I was listening to it in the car.
Wow, she's super cool. Especially like back then. That's super cool.
Yeah. Loaned me a ministry tape.
Because there weren't that many people that would do that.
And she had the fucking huge hair, the huge Robert Smith hair and shit.
We all kind of had big hair back then.
And I'm like, and he goes, dude, if you do that, you're going to have to fucking marry her, basically, because fucking Jen's going to go fucking crazy. And those two are not going to be able to hang out again. You're going to fuck that up.
That whole friendship,
yeah. And I was like...
You probably would have.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, you're right. Basically, I don't remember exactly the wording. We didn't have the term hitting and quitting, but that's what he meant. He says, you can't hit and quit that. Yeah. Because then you're fucking both of them up. He says, you're going to have to marry that, basically. You know, what he meant was you're going to have to go steady with her for a long time.
Right.
And fucking, you know, in those days, that was a huge commitment.
Yeah.
See, here's the problem. This is something that women don't understand.
Oh,
I'm going to tell y'all.
Let's hear what women don't understand. This should be good.
Dudes get a fucked up reputation for hitting and quitting and fucking being fucking dogs and shit fucking when they're young and they go, oh, these guys, I can't trust them, I hate them. You don't understand the problems that young guys are going through. When you're a young dude, you may have the look. You might be interesting, okay? You don't have any money, though, and you don't have a career. But you might be fucking interesting enough to attract these girls. But you know in your heart when you're young like that, when you're a guy, that you can't keep them. So you can't offer anything to these women except a brief encounter. You don't make any money. So you can't commit. You can't compete with the older guys. So all you can do in your 20s, for most of it, is hit and quit. Because if you stay with her long enough, she's going to realize how limited you are and what your resources are. So you got to get the fuck out of there while the glamour is high. Because after a couple months, she's going to think you're a fucking loser. When she finds out how little money you make and how undependable you are and how you can't get a job, that you can't hold a job for long because you're just too fucking young. And, you know, the dudes in their 30s are making money hand over fist. A lot of those girls in their fucking early 20s need to be dudes in their 30s. You can't offer anything to a woman in your 20s. You gotta be a hoe. That's all you can do. And women can't grasp that. They just come down on the guy. But a guy has to defend his image. So all you can do is hit and quit. Before they find out what a fraud you are. Now you understand? You can't offer them anything.
No, I mean...
You can't take care of them.
I understood that before.
Yeah, you can't do anything for them.
Women understand that, honey. It's okay. We're not that dumb.
Yeah.
We're not dumb.
So all you can do is be a sex machine.
Dudes are really not that hard to figure out.
Yeah.
I don't know why you think they're so mysterious.
No, women get all bitter.
They're really not.
They're getting bitter over what dudes do in their fucking teens.
Well, I don't know about that. I think women get bitter.
That's when all that shit starts.
I think women get bitter about what dudes just do in general. Like, no matter what age they are.
Well, the bad behavior that dudes do. Like, I gotta admit, I was, in some ways, it was bad behavior. I was kind of forced into it up until my 30s, really. You're just not stable enough.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I think everybody, when they're young...
Yeah.
I wouldn't really advise anybody to make any, like, kind of big commitments or anything like that when you're really not done developing yet. Like I said, I don't really feel like I was an adult until I was probably, like, 38, you know?
Yeah.
So take of that what you will. I mean, yeah, I had bought a house before that. I had got married before that. I had done this and that. And I did adult shit, and I did it successfully. I had jobs and whatnot. But I didn't really feel like a grown whole person until I was almost 40.
Listen to Tammy. How many girls out there were looking for dudes with money? When you're fucking broke, when you're a young guy and you're broke, you can't offer anything to these women that another dude can't beat you in. The dudes in their late 20s and their 30s are gonna beat you, fucking at every turn. So you've only made it the pretty boy way. Then that doesn't have any staying power. You're not dependable. You're not reliable. You can't reliably put food on a table or pay rent real well, you know. Everything is temporary when you're that young.
Karen says, my hubby and I broke the bed, but it didn't stop us. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't stop us either. We just moved to the floor.
Just notice that they're red.
Or to the living room. Like I said, we just noticed that it's like, wow, this bed's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's getting soft in this area. Look in the support.
And then we looked underneath,
broken.
And then it's broken, yeah.
I was like, oh, we're breaking a bed.
Whoops. Yeah, so, yeah, we need to get another one. Well, like I said, we've had that one for a while. And it was in the guest room for a long time. I don't even know how old it was before we got it for the guest room.
Okay, we got about a half hour.
I think we got it used. Let's see. All About the D, says Murder Hornet. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, James says, yeah, I wasn't a real adult till like 35 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe, I mean, if people are younger than that, that might be like a weird thing to say, but I didn't feel like an adult person. And like I said, I had jobs. I had a car. I had a house. I had a mortgage. I was married for 14 years. Didn't have any kids, but, you know, I never wanted them. But I didn't really feel like an adult until after I got divorced and moved to an apartment on my own and, like, started doing shit like that. I didn't have any fucking money, but...
Yeah.
But that was the first time that I felt like a grown-ass person.
Yeah, when you're a guy in your 20s, late teens in your 20s, you're constantly under the shadow of inadequacy. You feel very inadequate because you see the guys that are older than you are doing much better than you. You know what I mean? They have a lot more to offer. You know, so you're with this 21-year-old girl, and you go, "Yeah, all I need is any minute a 30-year-old's gonna come by and fucking snag this." You know, one of these big mouth bass in the pond will come and just boom, get it. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know.
You know, you don't really have what, and the girls seem to know. Too, that you ain't shit.
I mean, I guess it depends on the girl, and I think that a lot of dudes have that impression because of the types of girls that they're going after, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, other types of girls would not be like that because I wouldn't have been like that. That never really concerned me all that much.
In my early to mid 20s, women in their early to mid 20s were kind of indifferent towards you. They'll take you or leave you. But they kind of had an accurate view. Like, yeah, you look good and everything, but you're not dependable. You can't really put food on the table. You're not going to help me pay rent. That's the way they see you. The ones that did see you as a huge move up were teenage girls, like fucking high school, fucking like last year of high school or right out of high school. They thought you were great, but you couldn't date them. Your friends would make fun of you. You know what I mean?
Because they were too young.
Yeah. They would be legal in the states that you were in, but your friends would be like, what are you going to do? Take her to the club? She can't even drink.
Yeah.
You know? So, you'd be like 24 and she's like fucking 18, but you can't do anything with her. 17, you can't do anything with her. You can't take her anywhere. friends would laugh at you.
Yeah, I mean,
although there were some girls that were in, Man Ray, which is the goth club in Boston I was hanging out at that time, who were 17. All right, and nobody knew they were 17, and they were strippers at 17, which was illegal.
You could get away with a lot more back then.
But they didn't care as much.
Yeah, well, that was why you could get away with a lot more back then.
Yeah, they were 17, they were stripping. Yeah, and they were in fucking, because they looked so good, they just got in. They're not going to say, no, you can't come in. Yeah, okay. And they were goth.
Yeah.
But they were high school dropouts.
Yeah, Tammy's saying Tom acting like we're going with older men for the money. Yeah, it's just kind of like, that's the thing.
Well, it's not just the money.
Well, like I said, it depends on, one, the type of girl that they're going after. Which, like I said, if they're going after, like, super young, super hot ones, like, maybe some of them are like that. But like I said, not everybody's the same. But I wasn't like that. I didn't really give a shit about people's money or really what they looked like. I just kind of liked their vibe. I just kind of liked them as a person.
A young guy with a shit ton of money can clean up. Because women know he has a shit ton of money. He might be a celebrity. But these young girls were not going after the other guys because of the money. They had money. That was one factor. Dudes cannot bring to the table the qualities a woman wants until they're about 30. That's when they have some gravitas. They have some stability.
Well, they have some maturity.
So the guy in his 20s just does not have the personal qualities that.
Yeah, I don't even think it's just money. I just think it's 20-year-old dudes are idiots.
Yeah, but if you are in your 20s and you have a shit ton of money, no, you can hook up.
Yeah. Now, are any of them going to hang around for long term? Probably not.
No.
Maybe.
I'm not going to say that. Fucking Leonardo DiCaprio at 25 was fucking cleaning up. What are you talking about? He's not going anywhere.
Right, but the thing about him, like, he's super famous and stuff.
Right,
and he might have been a cool dude.
And he seems to be very cool. He seems to be very cool.
And that is a big factor. Yeah. Like I said, being a woman, I'm not speaking for all women, obviously, but it's just kind of like, if you're just like a cool dude and you have like a lot of like a good personality and stuff, that actually does go a long way. Yeah, it helps if you're rich and famous, sure. That helps everybody.
Seeing more of DiCaprio's money, I'll ask around.
But if you're rich and famous and you're a dick, you know, you're going to get... Yeah, you'll get some women to hang around for a little while, but they're going to fuck off eventually because they can't stand your ass.
DiCaprio does not come off as a dick. He seems to be cool.
He doesn't. And I haven't heard anything bad about him, but I don't really follow that, so I don't really know.
I kind of think DiCaprio might be a guy kind of like Kurt Russell. I think that.
I've heard.
I like Kurt.
I think DiCaprio is married to someone much younger, but I don't think anybody really like freaked out about it because he didn't make a big deal about it. You know what I mean?
Man, gonna get what he can get. They like young women that are beautiful. He can take care of her, and if he dies, she's getting all his shit.
Well, like I said, I kind of feel like some older dudes that have like a lot of money and stuff. Yeah. Like they'll be like they get a much younger wife or girlfriend or whatever, and they'll sport her around everywhere. Like, look what I got, blah blah blah. So I kind of feel like DiCaprio got a much younger wife, but he didn't do that. Like he didn't make a huge deal about it.
Leonardo motherfucking DiCaprio.
So I think people were cooler about it because they're like, well, he wasn't like acting like it was like he was just trying to be like, hey, look what I got.
No,
blah,
that was
blah,
normal for him because they were always like that.
Yeah.
That was normal for him. But no, I fucking DiCaprio knows. Here's another thing. A lot of older women, they look at these older guys that they would want to date, and they're with young women, they're going to get butthurt. They're going to say, oh, well, he's not secure with himself. No, DiCaprio's very secure with himself. Okay. He's also very... The sensation that an older guy gets by taking care of a younger, beautiful woman is kind of the sensation that a woman gets when she's taking care of like a baby, like a cute baby. He can take care of her. He can make sure she's totally satisfied, money, and he's treating her like a princess, and that makes him feel good. And I'm sure she loves him. And it does not fucking... I guarantee you, DiCaprio can throw down in the bedroom, and that woman loves him.
Probably.
Okay? He's not a disappointment. Okay.
Like I said, I've never really heard anything bad about him. Maybe it's out there. Like I said, I don't follow it, so I wouldn't really know. But I've never heard anything like egregious.
And he can fly her all around the world in private jets, and they can
like maybe he's cool.
They can have all. I have a feeling he's very cool.
He seems cool.
Yeah, he's probably very cool.
So I don't know. Like I said, if anybody knows anything that like some fucked up shit, because the thing about it, like even some like actors and stuff that seem cool, and then you find out, oh, he raped all these women and shit like that. Oh, suddenly not so cool anymore. But I've never heard anything bad about him.
He's got those young girls floating on air. Okay, they fucking love it, and he probably feels like a king. You know, which is that's good to him. He
seems to keep it low key.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people respect more.
And he
because look, if you're gonna like I said, if you're gonna date somebody that's young enough to be your daughter, I don't think people are averse to that necessarily. But I think
30
people
is young enough to be my daughter.
Well, yeah,
and but I think a grown woman.
I think people are averse to you just like going out and being like, "Hey, look at this young," like you know what I mean, just like showing her off like she's an object.
DiCaprio is not.
I think people are pissed off.
He's not corny.
Right. So I think that's why he doesn't get shit for it.
Motherfucker, just corny everyday normie motherfuckers. He's gonna be corny and shit with it.
Here, wear this see-through dress, you 25-year-old girlfriend, and I'm like a 55-year-old man.
I think the average guy is gonna be corny.
And then everyone's gonna be like,
to him it's just normal.
Tacky.
To him it's just normal.
It's tacky.
Well, it's the same thing. They kind of did that shit to Jason Statham because he's got a young wife too. And fucking women were saying, that ugly old motherfucker. I asked Jenny, I says, you think Jason Statham, is he a good looking guy? And she goes, yeah. I think he's good.
Jason Statham is not ugly.
They said he was ugly. He don't look ugly to me. I think he looks all right. Right. And it was just
He's not really my type.
He's a ruffian. He's an English rough guy.
If he, I met him, like if he was nobody, and I met him in a bar, and he was like super cool and funny.
Yeah, he'd be cool.
I'd hit that.
Yeah. I understand.
No problem at all.
Because he comes off as just a cool kind of.
He's interesting,
and he has a certain amount of strength to him. You know what I mean? And he can handle his business, and he's in good shape. He looks good bald. I like his accent, and
he's funny.
He comes across intelligent too.
Yeah,
like he's playing the fucking dumb.
He's charismatic.
Yeah, he's
charismatic,
and I like him in his gangster roles and shit. And I like him.
So, like I said, it doesn't really if someone is charismatic, it doesn't really matter to me like what they look like, really.
So, he's with this 23-year-old or something. You know what I mean? But
that's not weird.
That's not. I don't think that's weird. I don't think that's weird because who's she? She probably doesn't really come from much, and he's got her walking on clouds, and. They're having fun.
Which that's fine.
They're having fun. And fucking if he gets old, he dies, she gets all his shit. He knows it. He's probably says, don't worry, I'll take care of you. If I die, you can have everything and you and your new man will go have
do it in the accent. Do it in the accent.
No, I can't do it in a British accent.
I know you can't. That's why I said that.
If I die, baby, you go ahead. I can't do a British accent.
You fucking cunt. That's what he would say. Not really.
No, I'm just saying, if I die, you're going to have everything. I'll take care of you.
Tom asked me these questions, it's like, do you think this dude is ugly or better?
Yeah.
I was like, well,
and out of the blue, and she gets confused the way I'm asking it.
I was like, I don't know him. That's what I always say.
Well, I was just going
I don't know him, so I can't tell you.
The physical aspects. I wasn't asking about the overall.
Like I said, it's not...
There's a physical score, and then there's an overall score.
Right, but it's just kind of like, here's the thing. We're a lot more complicated.
Yeah.
Dudes find it very easy to, look at a chick and be like, oh, that's an 8, or that's a 9. I can't do that. Like I said, I look at just a physical person, like a celebrity or something. I don't know that person.
Right.
So I'm just kind of like... I can't...
Yeah.
It's too reductive. I can't bring it down to, a number score because I don't know that person. If I knew that person and they were a douche...
Yeah.
Then their score would drop drastically, no matter what they look like.
Yeah.
But if they were super cool, then their score would go way up.
Yeah.
But I don't know them, so I can't tell you.
Karen says, what did she say there? I love taking care of my man. What is
I love taking care of my man, and he takes care of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what's
and
going
she says she's 64.
She's 64? Okay. Well, that's what those old guys are doing.
Yeah.
They got money, all right? And those girls volunteered, all right? And
ideally,
and those dudes are famous, all right.
Yeah.
And they look good, and they're older guys, and they have a lot to offer a young woman. Just in a lot of different ways. They both seem intelligent. They're wise. They got a lot of fucking money. They probably a lot of fun. I think both of those guys are very fun.
Well, they've probably learned some shit, which is good. Because, I said, dudes in their 20s, they don't really know much of anything.
And then these young women are offering them beauty and good sex and fucking fun and she's doing her duty. Probably give him some children, probably if he wants it, and she's taken care of. She's got a retirement package and everything. So that's and the thing is all the damn status that he has. You know what I mean? That's all goes on to her. You know what I mean? The wife of Jason Statham, the wife of Leonardo DiCaprio, got Leonardo DiCaprio's baby. Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio Jr. Okay, so yeah. So what more could a young woman ask for?
That is gonna have some cachet in many circles.
Yeah. So
like I said, it's not really something. But like I said, ideally, just for us normal people, ideally you need to find somebody you vibe with, and you can take care of each other.
Yeah.
I think that is kind of the best situation, right?
Yeah.
You would agree with that, would you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like symbiosis.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a symbiotic situation.
You know what's hilarious?
What's that?
I posted a picture of me and you from mannequins from last Friday.
Yeah.
And somebody on there commented, couple goals.
Yeah, that girl said that couple goals. This is what couples are wishing. Well, we're old, and we still do pretty good.
I do kind of feel it, and you kind of said this.
I'm pushing 60.
You kind of said this before.
Yeah.
And some of our friends have said this too. A lot of people are kind of, I don't know if I want to say jealous, but like envious.
I don't know if you call it that, maybe.
I don't know. I kind of got that impression.
I don't think in a negative way.
No, not in. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say jealous, because that has a negative kind of connotation.
I want to say they're respectful.
Yeah. Because a lot of people do kind of like, I don't know if I want to say they ask us about it, but it is kind of something that comes up a lot. But I don't know. I don't think we're that unusual, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went back to Mississippi and saw everybody down there from that town that I was partially kind of grew up in a little bit, and looked at all the dudes that were my age, and with their wives, I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
We don't look like a lot of 50-year-old couples. Mid-50 couple-year-olds, yeah.
Those dudes are 100 pounds heavier than me.
Yeah, easily.
60 to 100 pounds heavier than me, and bad clothes and fucked up hair, and the wives look miserable. They're just putting up with shit, trying to get through the way.
With this motherfucker.
It's just a daily grind, and
it's like I'm just too tired to divorce him. That's all.
We're in our 50s. We have a fucking life. We have a life that we're living a life that people in their 20s wish they could live. We're like rock stars, basically.
I mean, not that cool because we don't have all that.
They have more money.
They have a lot more money.
But we can do it without needing money or fame.
We just have fun without money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of the secret.
We just have good local connections.
Yeah. And like I said, I think one of the main things is that when you get together with somebody, you have to like that person as a person. You know what I mean? It's like if you are just into it because like, oh, they have a hot bod or whatever, or for other reasons, yeah, that might last for a while, but it's not going to last that long. You have to like that person. You have to want to hang out with that person, because you're going to be hanging out with that person and doing boring shit with that person for years and years and years. So you have to find somebody that you're cool with doing that with.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's my comment. I've been with some women that were fucking outstanding. Sometimes I was just physically punching above my weight. Probably got ones that I probably shouldn't have been able to get. All right. Yeah, you hit that, man. It blows your mind maybe once or twice. And then quickly it wears off if that girl fucking sucks. It does.
You kind of suck,
seen me do it before we were going out.
Yeah.
But the thing is as a man, you know it's coming. You know she sucks. You're gonna hit it anyway.
You're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna hit it.
I'm gonna hit that shit anyway.
And
after a while, you're like, I'm so sick of this shit. I'm sick of this chick. So it's really not enough. And a lot of women who look good sometimes lean on that ability.
Well, you can coast on it for a long time.
On it for a long fucking time, but they got to jump from man to man because they're only good for a couple weeks.
And then everybody's like,
I can't fucking stand this bitch anymore.
Yeah, right.
Terrible fucking personality and just dumb as fuck, or her priorities are shit, and just. she's fake as fuck. You know what I mean? She's kind of a sociopath or real, you know, what do you call
or
it?
something. There could be lots
Real
of
narcissistic, and she thinks she's more than what she is. Then you see that bitch fucking 5 years later, and she's fucking 20 pounds heavier, and she's just not that same person anymore. You're like, fuck that chick. So, physical beauty and physical beauty is only one factor. Everybody has to maintain. Everybody should be physically attractive for their age. Age affects your physical attractiveness, but fucking you should be physically attractive.
But everybody can do stuff like whatever age.
Yeah, because everything's life is a battle. It's a constant warfare, fighting, and your main enemy is time. Time. When I was young, I used to think time would last forever. That it wasn't precious.
Everybody thought that.
Time is fucking precious.
Everybody thought that.
You gotta every day. You gotta do something that helps you move up.
But yeah,
and you can't do it, and it's hard. Me and Jenny physically trained today. She fucking trained hard in the gym, and now she's cheating too. She's on gear, but we're both on gear. We're old. You can take gear. You should take gear when you're old.
I mean, anything that's gonna like prolong this shit.
Yeah, because you don't have androgenic signaling and anabolic signaling and stuff. Because your hormones are not being produced, so you got to put something in there, hormone replacement.
Yeah, because I've already been through menopause.
Right.
You know, that's how fucking.
And I went through androgenopause, which is male menopause. That happens around 50. Normally, you start getting fat and weak and shit like that. No, I start injecting testosterone, which bucks you back up. And your performance in all fucking levels goes way up.
Well, plus you got a lot.
I'm embarrassed how many times I fucking want to hit this a day.
It is egregious.
Yeah, I try to keep it to myself. Fucking like
you don't have
try to hit, but fucking it would be. Oh, let me go to the restroom. I feel annoying. You know what I mean? Fucking.
Well, how many times a day are we talking about?
I could probably go 2-3 times a day.
That's all right.
Okay.
Why didn't you tell me?
Okay.
Why didn't you tell me? I'd be down for that. I mean, you know. But yeah, so, well, and like I said, I did notice we kind of had, after he went on, testosterone and all the steroids and stuff, because for the first few years of our relationship, it was just kind of like, I felt like he was always kind of like in a bad place. And I knew his past and I knew where he had come from. And, you know, he had some bad shit happen to him back in the day. So I kind of knew that. So I gave him a lot of leeway. But after a time, I was just kind of like, man, he just seems like he's always like depressed or he's always bummed out or he doesn't really have a lot of energy or whatever. And finally, he was just kind of like, you know, maybe it's low test, and he went to the clinic. And honestly, like, as soon as he went on that, it was like a huge difference. A huge difference. And he was even talking, like, at my stepdad's funeral last weekend, because both of my brothers were there, who are younger than me. Like, one of them is 4 years younger, and one of them is 14 years younger. Yeah, he was born in 1986. So he's still in his 30s. But my other brother is only, you know, he's in his late 40s. And Tom was, like, trying to get them, like, at least my older brother, to go on test. And I was just kind of like, and I had been talking to him about that before at another funeral that me and him went to, which was my grandmother's funeral. And I was just kind of like, yeah, it really made a massive difference. Not just in the sex drive, which is nice, but just in mood, energy. You know, he seemed a lot more upbeat. Because prior to that, he was just kind of like, man, I'm going to die soon. I'm going to do it. And I'm just like, dude, you're like 50. Calm down. You know what I mean? It was just, you're young still. But he was just getting to a point where it's like, yeah, I'm just going down the decline, you know? And it's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. So I would advise, like, dudes that are... Now, you've said that had you known what you know now, you would have gone on it a lot earlier.
I would have gone on at 35.
I got to pee now, too.
Okay. Knowing what I've known now, I would have gone on around 35. That would have saved me some declinage. Because your 40s start to get a little rough. You're not quite who you really should be. Normal routines, normal diets that you're used to, your body doesn't respond the same way. It's because you're just not producing the testosterone that you did. So really, you should be replacing your own body's natural production of testosterone with exogenous testosterone. That comes out of a bottle. Now, some people have problems with needles. I had a problem with it until I shot some. Once I shot some, a week later, I was like, yeah, I want more of that. It immediately fucking makes a difference. So, the cheapest way is to go black market. There's a lot of ways to do it. Steroidify.com is one of the places that fucking I can go. It's Chinese international brokers. They can help you out. They'll take Zelle payments in crypto, or which is like Bitcoin. But if you're too bashful and you're very security minded, you can just look up a local HRT, hormone replacement therapy clinic, or testosterone clinic near me. You just search it on Google and something will come up. You go there. That's how I just started. You go there, they're going to do some blood tests on you. They're going to look at your fucking test level. It's probably going to be low. If you're going, it's low. Definitely lower than mine. Mine's like 3 times that of a human. But it's going to be low. So then they'll, usually they're going to, for about $200 a month, they'll hook you up with some 200 milligram fucking testosterone cypionate. And maybe some HCG or Clomid pills. And you'll do that for a couple months. You'll see big improvements. That's weak sauce to me now. And way too expensive. I can, for $200 a month, I can just fucking get loaded on some of the fucking best shit ever. But if I wanted to keep just 200 milligrams of fucking a week, no, I can get that for $60 a month through the gray market. Now, when you go black market, don't think that these drugs are being made in somebody's basement somewhere. This is over-the-counter shit from major pharmaceutical manufacturers. You know, it's just that it would be over-the-counter in another country. In this country, it's not over-the-counter. You need a prescription for it. But there are ways to get it to you here. All right. Steroidify is pretty good. And if they lose a shipment, if it gets nabbed, they'll just send you another one. And then they'll mail it right to you. The border's open. It's just the way the system works.
Yeah, you just got to find a workaround.
You just find a way, yeah.
That's
you
all.
can get anything here.
Pretty much, yeah.
So if you've never done it, you might want to go through a clinic first.
Well, just so you get familiarity
You get
with
familiarized with it.
what it feels like and what the dosage
what good
is
shit
like.
feels like and what the dosage is like, and you get up habits so you know what your blood work looks like. And then once you get through that, you'll realize where you are. You're like, nah, I can take twice that, 3 times that. You know, matter of fact, let's take steroids on top of that. Now some people say, well, steroids, that's too harsh. No. Testosterone cypionate is harder on you than those steroids. There's an overdose point, and once you start pushing 600 milligrams, 700 milligrams a week of testosterone, the side effects it's a lot of load on you. It's called androgenic load. Better to drop that shit down to about 200 or 300 milligrams of testosterone and put another 300 or 400 milligrams of some kind of steroid on top of that. It'll go a lot smoothly because there's a lot less side effects with steroids. That's what they're for. Steroids is testosterone with the androgenic side effects. That's what the androgenic side effects is what make male secondary sex characteristics like hair growth and fucking deepening of voice. They have that lessened off of the testosterone, so you can give it to women and children, and you can give a lot of it to a woman or a child without turning them into a man. You give it to a man, it's like giving them a bunch of testosterone without the side effects.
Yeah.
So people think that fucking steroids are some kind of like underground, weird, chemical, bad shit. No, you know, it's just testosterone with the fucking male characteristics taken off of it. That's all it is. And it has a much higher overdose point. You can take a shit ton of that. A lot. I don't. I've never taken any more than 1,000 milligrams of anything combined a week.
Yeah, Danny said that stuff changed your voice hard as fuck. I know it did. I know.
It does.
But that's about...
She was taking quite a bit, though. And it took a long time.
Yeah, and it wasn't the stuff that I'm on now.
Yeah.
But
it was Winstraw that did that.
Yeah, Winstraw did that.
Yeah. And she's still within the female range, though. There are females.
I was kind of bothered at first.
Yeah.
But I don't really mind it anymore, to be honest. And I didn't really get any other side effects.
Every woman that has a good
build... They were very minor.
Here's the thing. Every woman that has a good build who's been in the gym has a voice like that.
I think it's kind of
much
sexy.
Worse.
If I do say so myself.
Yeah. Once a woman is kind of fucking jacked and shit, and she's fucking ripped, she has kind of a Kim Carnes kind of voice that's a little rougher. Even if she wasn't on gear. Because she's working out when she's young like that, she's going to be producing testosterone. Women make it.
Yeah, we do.
But, if she's not real physical, she's going to have a little squeaky voice.
And like I said, I always kind of felt... I'd never had this tested, obviously.
Yeah.
But just from the way that I assumed, because of the way that I was, I always assumed that I had slightly higher testosterone than other women. Not because... I mean, I was still attracted to dudes, mostly. Although I would consider myself bi. But I was always into, like, more dude shit.
Yeah.
I was into femmy shit, too. But not as much. I didn't really like femmy shit. I like kind of like I like horror movies and I like man shit, kind of. I'm not really into cars or anything like that.
Jim's kind of a tomboy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So not like some chicks are. I didn't go that far because I still like some femmy shit.
Not
like
I
still liked makeup and all that kind of crap. I still like women stuff, but I liked a lot of dude stuff too. I was kind of in the middle,
Yeah, but she's nothing compared to some of the female bodybuilders that I've talked to, like Chelsea. Chelsea's 5'1" and weighs fucking 220 pounds, and she's fucking pure muscle. I still think she's cute. To me, I still recognize her as a woman, but you hear her voice, it sounds like a guy, similar to mine.
I think she's beautiful though.
Yeah, she's cute. Especially when she's not real pumped up. When she's pumped up and she's doing a show, she's fucking ripped. You know what I mean? She looks like a female Arnold Schwarzenegger. But when she's just walking around, and when she's in the off season, she just looks like a put together cute chick. She gets guys. She's got boyfriends. They're all worked. They're all jacked too, though. So women who are jacked like that, they're for a different audience.
Yeah.
They're not for you non-working out motherfuckers. They're
because there are those people in there, because inevitably every time they post something on TikTok or whatever, there's going to be like a certain percentage of the comments that are going to be like, looks like a man.
Looks like a man. You put her next to her boyfriend. No, she does not look like a man. She looks like a woman.
She does not look like a man.
You put you next to her. Yeah.
Maybe
she looks like a man next to you.
That's why they're mad. That's why they're mad.
But you look like a woman next to her boyfriend. Okay.
Because why would you even comment that? It's just like you're just inviting. Everybody knows that you don't look as good as that.
Yeah. She's way too muscular, and the dude fucking fat as a motherfucker.
Okay. That's what I mean. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, look, if you see a video of somebody and you're just like, that person looks fucked up or whatever, like, how about this? How about just go to the next video and just don't comment? Don't comment. Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know who it was that told you that your opinion meant fuck all to anybody in the world, but that person was mistaken.
Although, look.
That person was mistaken.
It's kind of changed recently. Most of the comments, the negative comments on the female fucking fitness chicks that are fucking shredded, aren't coming from America anymore. Most of it's from India.
Oh, yeah.
Most of it's from India. And those are some little skinny motherfuckers with the little Indian skinny guy jeans and shit, Although they do have
someone's intimidated.
They're getting they're like, oh, she looked like a man.
Oh, that girl could kick my ass.
Yeah, that girl could kick your ass. She probably could.
She could kick her ass.
Yeah.
She could.
Dude, you weigh 125 pounds.
She could kick most dudes' asses, I feel. And that's badass. I love that.
Now, not to fucking... And so... Indian bodybuilders, they got some fucking big dudes in India, but they're bodybuilders, and they're on gear. But your average dude down there, he's small. All right, they didn't weigh. They don't have the diet. They're almost vegan. A lot of those guys, they just can't build muscle.
Let me see. Hold on. Victor said I've been on 200 milligrams of test, and my voice never changed. But I had my labs drawn 2 weeks ago. My test level was 950.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
that is good. Danny says, "Why does that stuff change the sound of someone's voice?" Just wondering.
It only changed. Well, it changed my voice because I'm way outside human norms.
But your voice doesn't sound that different to me.
No, it's a lot more grave.
My voice sounds like a lot different.
I can sound.
I didn't notice it personally until a friend of ours, Angel, said something about it.
Said, listen to your old videos.
Listen to your old videos, Jenny. She said. Yeah. And I was like, oh, maybe I should. So I went back and listened to one. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, my voice does.
Part
sound
of
different.
it is an illusion of this microphone, though. When I listen to recordings of you, your voice on the show sounds deeper than it does in person.
In person? Oh, okay.
Okay, so it may have something to do with our audio settings.
I'm not really bothered about it, though.
It doesn't fucking matter. I don't give a shit.
Zach says, I think a deep voice works better with Jen's look. Kind of Kathleen Turner sounding to me, honestly.
Yeah, that's something else, is that the female actresses, if they're in the Marvel MCU, or they're on gear, too. All right? They're probably on more gear than Jen. Gear does
because I'm not on a huge amount.
Yeah, no, but they're probably on more than her. It deepens your voice because testosterone, or also anabolic steroids to a lesser extent.
Well, don't they thicken your
vocal cords?
Your vocal cords.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
And it's temporary. You come off gear for a woman and for a man, but it would take longer. It would slowly start to thin out again.
I mean, I was never a huge fan of my voice to start with.
Yeah.
So if it changes, I'm not married to it. It's just kind of like, if it changes, I'm not really that worried about it. You know what I mean? I never liked my voice before. I thought my voice sounded weird and nasally.
Yeah.
Which maybe it still does. I don't know, but
no.
I thought it sounded like that before, but it doesn't really sound like that to me anymore.
Yeah, there were a lot of porn stars in the 90s that I liked because I thought they had fucking kind of these raspy voices and shit. And I didn't realize it at the time, but they were on shit.
Oh, you love when I whisper that shit in your ear, like all kind of dirty shit.
Sexy ass voice, yeah.
you love when I whisper that dirty ass shit.
One of them was fucking, what was her? She's old now, and she's still making videos. She looks pretty good for her age. Fuck.
I thought you were all up on all the porn stars, Tom. Come on, you remembered all their names and everything. He sometimes starts.
Nina Hartley.
He sometimes starts talking about them like, well, I know who Nina Hartley is.
Nina Hartley.
But sometimes he starts talking about them like they're people we know, and I'm just like, wait, who are you talking about?
Nina Hartley.
He remembers them all. I don't.
Nina Hartley. She had the best ass and legs in porn.
She seemed like a cool chick. I always liked her.
She's still cool. She's a cool lady.
She's old as shit, but that's cool.
Yeah, I've talked to her. Fucking. Remember we talked to her.
Yeah, we were talking about when we were live streaming, and she was live streaming at the same time, and we were like talking to her because we were bored.
If you go back and look at Nina in the 80s and the 90s, she's on gear. That's how that legs and those asses got like that, and. She was fucking. She still looks good. And she's on stuff. So. She's on and off stuff.
Yeah.
She's an old lady now. She's fucking 60s or early 70s maybe.
64 says Danny.
64.
Yeah.
Okay. She still streams. She was streaming.
Yeah, she was streaming when we were streaming one time because we were talking to her.
I'm sending her fucking messages and shit. Says, she goes, oh, you guys look great. You know what I mean? Fucking.
Yeah, she came over with her.
She goes, oh, you guys.
I was like, oh my god, she's famous.
Yeah. She's going like, make sure you have special time for yourselves, because this is.
Yeah, she gave us a bunch of advice.
Yeah. Make sure you have special time
about
for
couple
yourself.
camming.
You can't do this shit for a living all the time. You got to fucking step away from it.
Because, like I said, it's not really the same as like.
Yeah, it's not the same. Yeah.
Spending actual time together. It's because you kind of got to perform, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to do shit that other people want to see you do, and it's like, you got to make sure everything looks good for the camera angles and stuff like that. So you can't do stuff that you would normally just
so I'm always into men's health, and I always talk about men's health on the show when I have time. Promote the promotion of test and hormone replacement, because it's common. It's common in show business, and it's starting to be a lot more accepted. Okay? It was more of a faux pas in the fucking 70s and the 80s. But people didn't know. It was hard to disseminate information back then about how the human body worked.
And I feel like people did it, but like it was like gauche to like say that
they were doing it. They just weren't saying it. Yeah.
Because like you're supposed to know, I just look like this naturally.
This is all natural. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Sure.
No. Not once you're our age. That's not how that works. Like I said, I have good genes, okay? But that'll only take you so far.
Okay, well, guess what, Jen? It's time.
It's about time to go.
Yeah.
DVD Dragon says, you see, the voice of a sexy woman on gear is different from a square.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said.
Go back and listen to Kim Card's Betty Davis Eyes. That chick's on gear. That's how she got that voice.
Some women do have that voice just naturally.
No, she's on gear.
But,
yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I could do phone sex now if I wanted to.
Oh, yeah, you can do phone sex easily. How are you doing? You got to be a fucking raspy.
I should start smoking again, maybe.
Yeah.
I'll start smoking again so I can get that, like, smoker's rasp.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be raspy.
And then I could just be like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
No, now I sound like an old bat.
That's
it's
like an old bat. There's just...
Come here and give me a kiss.
Yeah, well, they have voice lessons, for the stage.
I'm just fucking around.
Right. Karen says she's 64, 65 in May. Okay, well, post us some pictures, damn it. How hot are you? 65. Anybody could be 65. Are you hot at 65?
Her and her husband broke the bed.
They broke the bed too?
We also broke a bed.
Yeah, okay.
We need to get another one. Like, you can still sleep in it.
Yeah.
But it's it's getting ready to collapse.
Yeah, fucking they got
It was making all kind of fucking
noise. They got
noise
girls in their 70s in porn that are hot. What's her name? D'Angelo?
Yeah.
What was her name? Fucking
Was that the one you showed me with like the two old ladies in the tub? And
the two old ladies in the tub with the fucking young black dude fighting over that dick.
I remember that.
Like, what was her name? Something or other D'Angelo.
Beverly
D'Angelo? No.
No, that was the woman that was in that was in the vacation movies.
Yeah, what was her fucking name? Sally.
Okay, Sally.
Sally D'Angelo. Go look at her. I think she's 75.
I think
she's fucking like a wicked witch, but there's something just hot about her with her big old fake titties.
Tom likes the wicked witch thing.
Yeah.
Well, if I get like super old,
yeah,
like if you're still around when I'm 90. I will lean into that Wicked Witch because that is fucking awesome.
Get you some fucking triple F fucking implants and
I'll
shit.
put like some big fucking fingernails on. Like people come on, I was like, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that actually.
Sally with her liver spots. Yeah, she's got liver spots on her hands and fucking big.
I don't have that yet.
Fucking pumpkin-sized titties and shit. One pointed one way and one pointed the other. Fucking skinny ass. Come here, she's hot though. There's something fucking.
Give Grandma bourbon.
Yeah. Big old fucking dick in her.
I could do that. I could do that. I could do granny porn.
Just like an evil old witch.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Throwing a pussy on her. And then like taking advantage of young girls and shit on video. Like,
see, I could totally do that. I could
evil
totally do that.
old wicked witch.
And like I said, like the older I got, like especially like I would lean into it. I would do some shit like what's the fucking name?
Yeah.
The dude that does the goth music that like does the what is the name? God damn it. Sopra Eternus.
Yeah.
And
Sally with her fucking biker. Yeah,
I would go on like that.
Sally with her fucking Sally D'Angelo. That chick, man, for 70 something, she's fucking.
Sounds like he was showing that to me. He's like, look,
this bitch 70 fucking 4, man.
And she's still throwing down with the porn.
And
I respect
doing
that.
studio porn, mainstream studio porn.
There is a market for it, clearly.
Manhandling young dudes and fucking doing that, and telling them young girls to fucking throw your legs back over your fucking head. You know, just fucking.
Yeah, that's right. You tell them young fuckers what to do.
Yeah.
It would be. Do they have any of her like pegging 25-year-old?
You could find something. I'm sure.
That's what I would
she's
like.
done that.
I want to see like an old lady.
Well, the girl that works with her actually
pegging like a 25-year-old dude. That'd be fucking awesome.
The
or stepping on his nuts. That'd be cool too.
Her main sidekick fucked my buddy's wife.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could get a hold of half of that act. I might be able to track Sally down. She might be living around here for all I know.
We could do a whole thing with that.
I'll get Sally on a show.
Fill the tub up with.
Yeah.
See, I love that.
Yeah.
In a way, I'm kind of like looking forward to being an old lady. I can get away. I could get away with all kind of stuff.
Wicked witch on the fucking show.
I could get away with all kind of stuff.
Trying to get us to go down on her. Yeah.
All right.
You ready?
Sure.
Okay, I'll be on one side, you be on the other. Okay, let's go ahead and shut it down. We gotta go.
Yeah, Karen said, yes, I can do the voice. My hubby says I'm hot, and that's what matters to me. See, yeah, that's all that matters, man. Just find somebody that's like your person. That's what you got to do. Hard to do, but you can all get there. All right, we gotta head out because we're going out to the club tonight. Hopefully they play some good music and I can dance and shit like that. And yeah, so remember to come back. Have a good weekend, everybody, first. And then Monday, we'll be back, and we're going to be talking about The Departed, because Xanada sent us that.
Yeah.
He also sent us Come and See, which we are also going to watch, but we're going to do that like the week after, because we got to do The Departed. He sent us that one first. So we're going to be talking about The Departed on Monday, so hopefully you guys can join us for that. Thank you for dropping by this evening. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys again on Monday night. Good night.